Hey, hey. What's up,
Hey
everyone?
guys, how's it going?
Good evening.
Hey, whoa.
We have a
Well,
special
please
guest.
welcome Andy and Joe back to the PlayStation Collectors podcast. This is episode
Evening.
number 30.
Wow.
And Mr. Kitty. Hi, buddy.
Oh, it's a black cat.
Yeah.
Bad luck.
He's decided to join us.
Welcome, Andy. Welcome, Joe. Thanks for coming on. I can't remember who the dickhead was who dropped out that opened the doors for you guys, but I'm glad you guys are here.
Hey, I don't mind being a bench warmer.
Hey. Happy to be here.
Man.
We actually had this spot spare. This was never taken, and we rescheduled Friday's show, so we decided to get you guys on. And
Just trying to make us feel better about ourselves. It's all good.
Backed by popular demand is really what they mean. Everybody was just, writing and constantly begging for us to come
our
back.
PMs have been blown up by Andy and Joe.
Oh,
when
yeah.
can I come back on the show? When can I come
Yeah.
back on the show?
Andy was asking for me. I was asking for Andy. So, yeah.
That's it.
I got a giant bag filled with fan mail, actual, physical letters people sent me.
Yeah.
Andy and Joe. Oh my god.
Stop sending your draws to Will, everybody. That's a little weird.
Especially because they've been soiled.
I don't have any. Send them my. We don't have a PO box. We don't have an intern. We don't. Send it my way. Let's go. I'll take your used soiled underpants. I don't give a fuck. No one gives me free shit. Figsy.
Oh.
You mean except Figsy?
Hey, no, I earned that freaking draw. Figsy, we were talking earlier. Figsy had a giveaway, and I won by random chance. This
This is like 2 years ago.
Yeah, before
Random
the
chance.
podcast. So yeah, and I won, and I got Adventure Time something PS3. It was the only. It was like
that's probably a good game.
it was like one of like the 7 or 8 NTSC games he had in his collection. I didn't back then. I was
Oh, that's right.
I was anti PAL back then. I was like, fuck this PAL shit.
So, Figsy, how much did you pay for it at Cashies?
It would have been $6.95.
Yeah.
But it's not the point. It would have been a good game,
Yeah, it's a thought that counts too. Like,
Just to add context to this, Will's going, I never win anything. And I'm like, didn't I have a giveaway that you got?
Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, fan mail. Send me your soiled undies, please. Put them in a Ziploc, though. Thank you.
you want to smell?
PO box. Yeah, you gotta moisture lock that shit, man. Come on now.
I got a pair that I made the PlayStation logo in. I can send you.
A Rorschach skid mark. Send it my way.
That's right.
But is it like properly like screen printed, or is it like a cricket job with vinyl and you've ironed on there?
I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I even got the red and the blue. No, I'm just kidding.
I think he's talking about shitting himself, Andy.
Okay. No, if you shit yourself in your undies, you make sure they're Nintendo undies.
Oh, that's true.
Nintendies.
Nintendo.
Oh my God.
This conversation's off to a solid start.
No, but we were admiring Joe's hat. I mean, Joe, what does it say across the top?
It's been up for debate. I'm pretty sure it says Kanye 2024.
No, I got an idea. Wait up. So Google.
If anyone in chat
Translate on my
does
phone.
know what it says, please.
It probably
I'm assuming it says PlayStation.
Okay, if I use Google Translator to then use my camera and then put it up to the screen.
This is gonna
Oh,
end up
here we
with
go.
a Photoshop.
No, it
with a
says
dick on my
PlayStation.
head.
It says PlayStation.
It says PlayStation.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it legitimately thinks it says PlayStation.
okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Is
Yeah.
it reading all the shit behind me?
Yep.
No,
It translated Joe
it
Rad
checks.
for some
It
reason.
checks out. So
No, it tried to translate Joe Rad. I don't know why.
loser. What the? I'm just kidding.
I wasn't on last.
Collector.
Yeah,
I wasn't on last week, but
Overpays for stuff.
I mean that's accurate. I am very I want it. I'm just kidding.
how was everybody's holidays? You guys did Santa bring everything you wanted?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
pretty
really
good.
relaxing. Well,
Went on a little holiday, and other than that, it's pretty good.
Mhm.
Got away from technology and stuff for a week.
Can't
I
say I
went
did
through
that.
technology and played Rust for like 100 hours in the last 2 weeks. So it's been great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's your
Rusty-
sleeping pattern like, Figsy?
What's sleep?
Everybody's been hitting me up on Messenger. What's up with Figsy? Is he okay? What's wrong with Figsy? Well, not everybody. 2 people hit me up. Both those Belgian guys, Mikey and Mooten. And "Ooh, what's up with Figsy? Oh, he's hooked on a new game, Rust. I mean, that's all I gotta say. Figsy, return your messages. People are bugging me.
Well, the problem is I can't stream Rust because my computer runs it poorly when it's streamed. So it's like a catch-22.
I still reckon that's one of your settings somewhere that you've got.
I've turned everything down. I'm gonna give it another go, but like, I
think it's that. I think it's that transcoder setting because you've got an NVIDIA graphics card. I think you have to select that NVIDIA transcoder thing for it to work better. I don't know.
I guess you'd have another look at on.
Yeah, we'll
sometime
just
when
wing
you-
it.
Do you have like a laptop too, by any chance, or just a desktop? Or...
No, I've just got a desktop. I mean, I could buy a laptop just for the streaming side of it.
What you need to do is turn up the Artutus shielding and dial back the Robinikit deposits, and that should take care of the problem for you.
Then turn on the flux capacitor.
You gotta change your dilithium crystals.
Yeah,
on that, Joe, I have just sold my capture card, so I would need to get another capture card.
Okay, well, that's also going to be an issue.
Yeah, it's probably half your problem.
I thought you were posting that shit on YouTube. I mean, I went to go see live and to see what number video we're on, and you had like 3 Rust videos or 4 Rust.
Yeah,
videos.
but I've been streaming off my PC. I'm playing it on PC, so I don't need a capture card.
Yeah.
Where previously I was streaming off a console, so you need a capture card to then stream it through the PC.
Oh, but like PlayStation 4 and stuff does do Twitch streaming, I think, natively.
Yeah, but it's very default. You have to use a PlayStation camera and
Yeah.
the headphones, where I had, OBS set up with a
anything you
microphone.
wanted. Yeah, exactly.
I have a Twitch channel. I was doing a lot of PUBG for a minute, but then I just stopped doing it.
This is a really fucked up thought, but I can literally just imagine you, Will, like what you're doing right now, but it's one of those ears and you're going ASMR video, and you're like, just give me the coins, and I'll be in the chat saying keyboard on head.
Next week, guys, we'll be in the bathtub with Will.
Yeah.
Wait, shit, I'll put a mic up to my ass and fart if it gets me views.
The real stream is looting with Will.
Now here we go again.
I was saying, Andy, he should play Rust because it's all looting. He'll love it.
Yeah, and it's in the wild too. So.
Oh, here we go. Oh shit! Did I
in the wild.
You know what? I forgot to bring that with me. Did I bring that with me? Anyway, go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves or something.
Well, me and Figsy were talking about Rust the other day and just how toxic it is. And some people can't get over just how much of a toxic game it is. But my perspective of it is that if you put people in a map and they start off naked with a rock and a stick in their hand and they're fighting for resources and stuff, like it's going to get toxic. It's human nature. Like it's what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
The game's pretty bad for that.
It's an emotional roller coaster. I'll give you that. I don't know if I can invest that much time and effort into have some 12-year-old be like, "Got you! I stole everything you owned."
Yeah, after you spent like 40 hours building a base and making it all good, and then someone comes on with a rocket launcher and just fucking blows the walls out and steals.
It's
me and Figs know how that feels.
I had it happen with an admin. He was an admin in the group, and he like had a fucking just blew up. Went off his head and blew up my base. And
yeah,
I watched him do it. It was on stream too. You can find it if you click on the last.
Yeah. He went ape shit because he accused you of having 3 people in your team instead of 2 or some shit.
Yeah, Andy stopped playing like 3 days ago, and I was playing with someone else, and he's like, "You can't be teaming."
Yeah, went ape shit about it and destroyed the base with like a rocket launcher or something.
Jesus, it's hilarious.
That's what I'm saying.
It must be such a problem that like even in the server browser, sometimes they actually list in the like description of the server that there's no admin intervention, or like admins won't be annoying you and stuff, because like it must happen all the time where people start playing on a server and then the admin of the server comes along and just goes destroys shit.
I have no fucking clue what you guys are talking about.
Lulu's in chat saying, I stopped watching because I got frustrated just watching it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It got fun on the other server. So.
Oh, Rust is some of the best of YouTube content there is. Like, there are so many good videos you can watch of people just having meltdowns or completely raging or just begging.
Being toxic.
Begging.
Yeah.
Oh, it's incredibly toxic.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny you'd say that, because I'd never played the game before, and I stumbled across YouTube videos, and then after watching like 20 of them, I'm looking at the game on Steam, and I'm like, I hate buying stuff that's not physical, but I know the physical version on PS4 doesn't really play that well.
Yeah.
If you're going to play the game, you play it on PC. So I bought it, and then I've obviously put 100 hours into it already. So.
I mean, the fact that it gets wiped every single month due to upgrades and stuff means that it's not a finished game. Like, it's still an EA game that's being published on a console and it's getting constant updates. Like,
yeah, the developers seem very, very like strong towards the game, and
it always has. Like, it's always been a constant development. Like, it's not a terrible game. It's just the console versions aren't that good.
Chaos said your Rust streams got me through my night shift last week. That's what.
You know what I actually love about that game is the sound design. Like, I watched you guys play for a little while too, and I love like every sound in that game.
Like
you pick something up when you put it in your bag, when you use your tool, like everything sounds fantastic. It's very satisfying. I really like that.
I'm always amazed by like the ricochet, or not ricochet, like echoing of guns and stuff in the background, like just how accurate and stuff that is.
Yeah, that stuff's cool. I mean, if you want immersion, I mean, that stuff matters. So.
It's just a post-apocalyptic game where you got to survive and dickheads come.
You start on an island. Everyone starts on an island naked with a rock in your hand and a stick that's a torch, and you just bang rocks together to get wood and stone and shit, and you build a base, and then you build guns and shoot each other. It's civilization, you know. It's literally
there's no real goal in the game, but
kill each other
because of that.
Stealing
people then.
Do they show dicks?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they show everyone.
just get down to what matters.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
I don't know what sign.
Well, you can play it very.
I don't know about
you can play it to your skill. So if you want to go and shoot people, you can go and shoot people. If you want to go build a base on top of a mountain and just hide and loot, you can go do that.
Yeah.
You know?
If you even want to be friendly with other players, you can try and make friends and stuff like that as well. So.
I'll get geared up from the freaking waist up and just run around pantsless all day, clowning people.
Yeah.
So this video is sponsored by Rust.
Yeah. Rust, you don't need to wear pants.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about picking up the PS4 version, but I remember you said it's played like garbage, but it's super cheap right now if anyone's interested.
Are they constantly patching and updating it though?
Yeah, they all do. They all get updates constantly.
I'm sure that disc is about 17 patches behind what it's supposed to be, probably.
I know it doesn't cross-play, yeah.
It probably cross-plays of Xbox, though, right?
Possibly.
Most games do these days on console.
I think it's more the lack of mouse and dragging things in your inventory quickly and stuff like that pisses people off. It's the same problem with games like 7 Days to Die and stuff like that.
PUBG is the same, you know. It would never work if you were going cross-play with mouse and keyboard and console. Yeah. It's different. You can't do something on a control that you can do with a mouse. It's just physics.
Why does the PS5 have keyboard support? I'm sorry. I just never understand why you can't plug in a USB and play with the mouse and keyboard on a PS5.
Well, you can on most consoles. There are things, but
I see
in competitive games, it's really frowned upon. Like, you won't be able to compete in any tournament using a mouse and keyboard. They'll accuse you of being a cheater, even though it's an official Sony product.
I was going through the settings on PS5, and I think you can. Isn't there? add mouse and keyboard support on there? Or am I fucking?
I think
there may be now, but like on Marketplace, there's people selling gaming setups on there where it's like a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, and always like a PS3 or a PS2, PS4, 5, whatever. So people obviously use them for Fortnite and stuff, and PUBG, like you said.
Well, PS4, I know that you could buy like aftermarket products that will allow you to use keyboards.
Yeah.
And I think it had like native keyboard support, but the games don't. So like there was like 1 or 2 games it would actually work for.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if maybe they did fix it on PS5, but it always blew my mind. I'm just like, I don't understand why, because you know, if you're playing FPS or you're playing Stardew Valley even or whatever, like it's nice to have a mouse. It just makes things a lot easier. So
yeah,
you know. And if the only reason is, well, people online, blah, 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 I'm like, don't care. Make it so that they think the decks, if you're using a keyboard, it tells you to plug in a controller or something. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Especially single-player games. Like, what's the reason behind that in a single-player game? It's like cheats. Back in the day, you know, no one cared if you were cheating playing Grand Theft Auto. So why don't they still have cheats in single-player games? Because some people like to do that. I used to like enjoy playing a game without cheats, and then you go back and you give everyone a big head, and you know you get all the weapons quickly. And I'm thinking of Grand Theft Auto, but it was on all PS1, all PS2 games, hidden menus and different things like that.
I did that.
Of course, not in multiplayer games, but there's plenty of single player games out there.
Other than Rust, are you playing anything else, Figs? What have you been playing?
Yeah, I'm still playing FIFA, and what I'm doing is I picked a team in like the lowest division in career mode, and I'm playing on a hard difficulty, and I'm trying to get them to the Champions League and win. So,
what about you, Joe? What's been on your plate lately?
I've been playing the new Need for Speed Unbound. It's actually really good. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Although I did find out that the cops can steal your money and you can lose everything like Dark Souls. I did not realize that. So like you're playing and I'm playing and like your heat level goes up, and all of a sudden, like if you don't, you know, clear your heat or whatever, you can't get away from these damn cops. So I spent like 30 minutes trying to get away from these cops, and they finally like stole all my money. I'm like, fine, you can have it. I give up. This is insane. How many it was like helicopters and tanks and everybody's chasing. It's just like Grand Theft Auto.
Reviews are correct when they say it's a reskin kind of Need for Speed Heat, but it's like the art style and all that. It's a pretty good game. It's not worth probably full price, but it's worth playing when it comes down price. Definitely.
I think I got it for $40.
Yeah,
I'm just a big Need for Speed fan, so I honestly don't mind supporting the developer every once in a while. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You can't spell greasy without EA.
Are you playing PS4 or PS5?
PS5 for that, and then I've been playing just a ton of shmups on my PS4 lately, and I also have been like obsessed with mini consoles. So I set up my TurboGrafx Mini. I got one of those. I just got a Super Nintendo Mini, and I was modding them and playing all sorts of weird old stuff. So
I want to get one of them Neo Geos. Those would be cool.
Heck yeah,
the Neo Geo Mini.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Neo Geo. I'd like to get the old school cab with all the games on it if I could. I don't have room for that shit. What about you, Andy? What are you playing lately?
Fallout 3 on the Steam Deck constantly.
That sounds awesome, though.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
On the Steam Deck, that sounds sick.
Fallout
3 is a good one.
Not too bad. And then some weird drift game on the Steam Deck as well.
I've been seeing you playing different stuff. It pops up when you Steam friends when they're playing things.
That's the problem with like when you get a Steam Deck is you install a game and then you play it and then you're like, fuck, there's all these other games I want to just try on it. Even though you know what they play like on a PC, you want to see if they run on a Steam Deck. So for the past week or so, I've just been uninstalling and installing random fucking games to see how they play on there. So yeah.
That's Switch Killer, correct?
Yeah. I mean, there's a toxic problem in the Steam Deck community where they're like, fuck the Switch, it's a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. But they can both coexist and they can both, serve their purpose. The Switch is for kids kind of and for Nintendo first-party titles. And the Switch is for man-childs, basically, that want to play their games when they usually don't have time to jump on a computer.
I mean, the price entry level, though, will keep the two consoles a little bit different, at least until the Steam Deck becomes cheaper?
In America, I think there's like maybe a $300 difference. So like I think you guys might be able to correct me wrong, but like a Switch in America is like $200 or something like that.
300,
$299.
Yeah. So $299 for a Switch, and then the cheapest Steam Deck is $399. So
that's not too
there's
bad.
not much difference between the two, really.
Until they're sold locally in places like Australia, it'll definitely be the way.
We're the only ones. Like the UK has it, all of America has it, parts of Asia now have it, and then just us down in our little island that doesn't exist. Hey, Steam, we exist. We're people.
Australia.
They don't exist.
It's a simulation.
I saw a meme once where someone claimed that Australia doesn't exist. It's just fake as fuck.
There's full YouTube channels out there like proving it.
Yeah.
It's all part of the flat Earth conspiracy. See,
Hey, we
Australia
had a comment earlier.
people who run the border keep everyone from the ice wall. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
AJ was saying, why was there no podcast recently? Me and Will wanted to let you guys know, moving forward, we're probably only going to do one show a week instead of two, which it's easier to watch one show a week instead of two, and it definitely gets pretty full on sometimes. We certainly will still be doing 2 shows a week sometimes, but expect either a Friday or a Sunday show, depending on the guest moving forward.
It definitely builds up more things to talk about as well. Like if you can sort of, it builds up more things to talk about, I think.
I was yelling at the podcast last week because you guys weren't paying attention to my goddamn questions. They were brilliant questions. It's like, this motherfucker, I'm spitting gold in the chat. He's just ignoring me. Oh, the fuck. What the hell's going on here? As a matter of fact, here's a question. I'm pose all 3 of you. If someone offered you twice market price for your entire collection, would you sell?
No.
No, mine's. I sent you a figure the other day. I think it's like 3 times what it's worth to sell it. There is a number.
I'd say there's a number, but I
Will
don't
is
know.
shocked. Look how shocked Will is.
I don't even think there's a number for me because I don't know.
Well,
kind of emotionally attached to it now.
There's a number to rebuy it at, so there's obviously going to be a number.
Yeah, then you're going to rebuy everything.
Well, that's when but if you're going to offer me 3 times what it's worth, I'm happy to take the task. I'll keep a third. I'll spend a third. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I guess so. Then you get to redo it in a different way. Like if you want to not buy certain games this time and focus on other things that you like, then that's a good question. I don't know.
That is a good question.
If someone, so I guess if someone gives you 2 times the value of what its market value is, would you take it? And Joe says probably yes. I
maybe.
Say
some stuff is so hard to get though. Like even with the money, it's so hard to replace. You know what I mean?
I think that's a crazy question because there'd be people out there listening who aren't interested in, maybe not listening to us, but there'd be people out there who would love to get what their collection's worth. Yeah, they would love that. Where we're like, oh, I wouldn't take double.
Yeah,
not double. What I have to say to that is, fucking bunch of sellout motherfuckers. Get the fuck out of here.
I have an exception to things that I probably wouldn't sell, and that's like things from my friend's childhood that they've given me. Like I've got a couple of games that friends have just given me because it's something from their childhood. That sort of shit I don't want to give away because I just don't feel it's the right thing to do to sell something that someone's given me from their childhood that meant a lot to them. So it means a lot to me now.
6 times. 6 times now. We just sell it for 6 times the market value.
Yep, fuck them. They can all go fuck themselves.
There's a number for everything.
Oh, you guys got a price.
I can make new friends. Go fuck yourself.
Well, guys, I've been wanting to do a segment on a quiz for a while, so I spent an hour and a half today making a quiz. So how this quiz is going to go is I'm going to ask each of you one question. If you get that question right, you'll proceed to round 2. There's 4 rounds. If any of you are left after round 4, I've got a tiebreaker question. So what I'm going to have to ask is who would like to go first, second, and who would like to go first?
I want to go
Joe,
second.
Andy, would like to go second.
I don't mind coming second.
So the questions are all random. No one's seen this. I'm doing them in order, so it's going to go Will, Andy, and then Joe.
All right, let's see.
So Will, first question: who was the publisher of Final Fantasy VII on PS1?
Square Enix.
Incorrect.
Fuck you.
Oh,
Correct answer is Squaresoft.
This is before Squeenix.
yeah, because they were a software they were just a software company, weren't they? Like a distribution company.
Squaresoft merged with Enix, Enix, and then they became Square Enix. So unfortunately, Will, you have been eliminated.
Suck shit. Suck shit. Oh.
Gosh. He's gonna ask me about Australian rugby or something. I'm gonna be
All right. So Andy,
fuck you guys.
Andy's question.
It takes him out.
I gotta go use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
You're welcome. What was the last Just Dance game released on the PS3?
Just Dance 2016.
Incorrect. It was Just Dance 2018.
I win.
Oh,
Now, Jerry, if you answer this question correctly,
No, I'm the only one left already. I win. We're good. What did your hat say? Damn it.
What color is the car in the Driver San Francisco Collector's Edition?
In the collector's edition?
I know this.
Yellow.
Yes!
That is correct.
Woo! I'm happy for
Joe
you,
wins the quiz.
Yeah.
I'm going to save the other questions for next week.
Oh, actually, is it? It's not gold.
It's purple.
It's yellow. The answer I had was yellow, so I would have taken gold.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bumblebee color.
I would have taken gold, but yellow is correct.
Yeah.
So, Joe, you are the first winner of Figsy's quiz. So, congratulations.
What about your Dark Souls Collector's Edition?
Nah. Copy of Anthem.
I'm really disappointed because I've got like 20 questions written down, so I expected just to get them all right.
We could keep going. We could do best of 37.
Yeah, do you have any more questions?
I do. So we might do it again when Will gets back. And
do it. Yeah, do it. Just do it. Like, well, I mean, we'll just say that Joe won for sure.
Joe won round one.
Yeah,
we'll keep it going.
Is there like a WWF belt or something I can?
All right, so I'm gonna skip Will's question. He'll get that when he gets back.
Okay.
But Andy, for you, and take your time. There's no time limit on these questions. I should have specified that. Think about them.
Oh, I can make music too, like dun, 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 make it.
All right, Andy.
Figsy, you should ask me if I believe that the space landing was real or not.
I'm not gonna ask you that.
Okay, sorry.
Did I send you that TikTok?
Yeah,
man. I sent Andy a TikTok, and the lady's like, "I don't believe the space landings were real." And then he's like, "All right, first question: who was the first person to land on the moon?" And she's like, "Neil Armstrong."
Okay, all right, Figsy, lay it on me.
Name 5 PlayStation 3 launch titles. There are 21. You need to name 5.
Okay.
I've got the list next to me, so no, you can't look it up.
No, I'm not. No. I'm tapping some screws. I wasn't.
All right.
I've got screws in my hand. Look, that's screws. That's screws.
I was like, he's typing.
Okay, so is Ridge Racer
Totally not cheating.
Is Ridge Racer one of them?
Ridge Racer.
Yeah, like Ridge Racer for the PS3.
Ridge Racer what?
Oh, has it got an extra? Has it got another name?
Yeah, it's not Ridge Racer 1.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. The Last of Us.
No.
Okay, I give up.
I'll read the list. I'll read the list out quickly because it is quite interesting. So we've got Resistance: Fall of Man, NBA 07, Genji: Days of Blade, Blazing Angel: Squadron of World War II, Call of Duty 3, which was a reprint of the 2006 Call of Duty 3, EA Sports Fight Night Round 3, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Fear, Full Auto 2 Battle Lines, Madden 07, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire, NBA 2K7, Need for Speed Carbon, NHL 2K7, Ridge Racer 7, Sonic the Hedgehog, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas, Tony Hawk's Project 8, and Untold Legends Dark Kingdom. So it was a pretty good lineup, really, for launch titles. They were all physical releases from day one. I think Call of Duty 3 came out the following week, so it's sort of included in the launch titles.
You have to admit, a lot of it was like sports shovelware titles that they probably just ported over for the PS2.
Yeah, a lot of them were. Well, Joe won round 1, but we're going to continue with round 2 of the quiz. Andy's got his question incorrect.
Oh. Yep, massive fail.
So I'm going to go Joe's question first, and then we'll go back to you, Will.
All right.
So, Joe, which Guitar Hero first had Welcome to the Jungles by Guns N' Roses?
Jesus.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, he probably knows this.
Guitar Hero Encore Rocks the 80s.
Incorrect. It was Guitar Hero 3.
Oh, it doesn't Welcome to the Jungle on it? I know that one has like all the best stuff on it, but for some reason I didn't think it had that one on there.
All right, so Will, to win round number 2.
Yeah.
What was the first game on PS3 released from Strictly Limited Games?
PS3.
He's on his phone. He's on his phone. He's on his phone. He's on his phone. I can see it in his glasses. Look, he's on his fucking phone. Yeah, look.
Get off your phone.
I'm looking. I'm looking at my.
He's not tapping screens. It doesn't matter.
What was the question?
What was the first game released on PS4 from Strictly Limited Games?
PS4? I thought you said PS3.
PS4. They didn't do any PS3 games.
Yes, they did.
No, they
didn't. Strictly Limited.
Yeah, Strictly Limited. Not Limited Run. No.
Jeez, I don't fucking know. I have no clue, dude.
Oh, I know. He's just trying to make me salty.
The answer was Tokyo 42.
I've never even heard of the game.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not.
Someone in chat was saying "Welcome to the Jungle" was 90s. That's correct, but the question was what was the first guitar?
Oh no, he was saying that why it wasn't on the 80s one that I said because it probably came out in the 90s, which makes sense.
All right, so no one got any points in round 2. Joe got 1 point in round 1. We'll move on to round 3, guys. I'm going back to Will with the first question. I reckon you'll get this one, Will. Okay, so on PS3. There's a Madden game with an E and Espal, like a Mexican version.
En Español.
Spanish version. What number is it? Or what year?
En Español. I'm trying to see the cover in my head. I'm just going to throw out a number 14.
Incorrect. It was 2009.
Yeah, jeez, that was off. No,
wouldn't have got that one.
Yeah, me neither.
All right. So these questions are getting progressively harder.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you now, Andy. Who is the developer for Infamous?
I know this one.
Is it?
It's my girlfriend's favorite movie.
Is it Activision?
Incorrect.
Damn it!
Oh, can I answer? Can I answer?
You can answer. Tell us what it is.
It's Sucker Punch.
Correct.
I'm going to take that point.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have volunteered to go first. If you went second, you'd be on a point. Now, Joe, to get your second point to take out round 3.
All right.
How many games does a PS4 game need to sell to become a greatest hits game?
I'm going to just say 1 billion copies.
1 billion?
1 million.
A million.
Not 1 billion. 1 million.
That's a decent guess, but the answer is 250,000.
Incorrect, Figsy. In today's day and age, the answer is 0. Anybody can just reprint the fucking thing if they want.
Yeah, but to get the greatest hits label, it
doesn't matter. They're all greatest hits.
But really, in the grand scheme of things, 250 isn't much, is it really? Like, it's a big number, but for a game, I wouldn't think 250 would be.
Well, it can now become a digital copy too, so that's quite interesting.
All
greatest hits games are sold at $19.95 too.
When would they just realize that everyone hates those disgusting cases and they'll just start putting freaking stickers on the plastic that say greatest hits? Like how many?
So
how many?
we're gonna move on to round 4 because
Mm.
you guys can still win this. Joe's on 1 point. You guys are both on 0 points.
Come on,
We
guys.
can get a level here, and then it can go to a tiebreaker. So this is still
Okay.
anyone.
This
So Will, question for you. All right, name 6 Need for Speed games on the PS3. There are 8. There are 8 or 9. You gotta name 6.
Dude,
Dang,
I
could
fucking
actually
hate. I hate racing games. Need for Speed Heat.
Incorrect.
Most Wanted.
1. Heat was a PS4 game.
Huh? Need for Speed 2.
No. No.
Dude, I'm not gonna get this. Dude, no. Okay. Fuck you.
All right.
Fuck
Is
you
that
and
a
your
give
quiz.
up? Do you
Yeah,
want?
I don't know.
Do you want to answer it, Joe?
Hold on. Let me think. Give me a second.
Yeah,
here.
I think I have all 8 of them actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Need for
Go
Speed
to the
games
phone.
on PS3.
I have 9 of them.
We don't want any cheating. All right. We'll let these guys answer.
They don't.
So there's Shift 2.
Why do we have to answer looking sideways?
Look, dude,
Oh,
he's
Because
looking-
I have them.
Yeah.
They're right there.
nah, there's no cheating.
Okay.
It's It's Shift.
It's Shift 2, Carbon, Pro Street,
Payback.
Payback. Is Payback one of them?
I think so.
Not Undercover is one of them. Not
Yeah.
Underground.
Payback
Undercover.
The Run.
The Run is one of them. Yeah. And
One more.
Oh God, I don't know. I can't look.
It's got a white cover if that helps.
It's Most Wanted. Yeah.
No, we already said that one. It was Rivals.
Hot
Rivals,
Pursuit.
yeah.
Okay.
Pro Street. That's for,
Hot Pursuit. Yeah. That's
I don't. I really.
So we're gonna move on to Andy.
All right.
Andy, to potentially tie the game,
Yeah.
what was the collector's edition for Duke Nukem Forever called?
Duke Nukem Shit Heap Edition.
Yeah. I
No.
concur.
Duke
I was
Nukem
really hoping
Forever
that
is
was
a fucking
correct.
terrible game.
Does anyone know the answer?
Is it LA Meltdown?
No.
No.
It's some edgy fucking name.
It was Balls of Steel edition.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna give Joey's last question to completely dominate the quiz. Joe,
Dude.
what
I got
was
one
limited run
right.
game?
What's
What was limited run game release number 2 on PS4?
Number 2?
Number 2.
Oh shit. Not Saturday Night RPG.
No, that was number 1. That's why I picked
2.
number 2.
Who does number 2 work? Oh, I can't look at my limited run games. Right? Shit, I'm like, do I have it?
I'm glad Joe got this question.
Number 2, is it? God, it's one of the early ones. Shoot, I don't know. I'm gonna say Firewatch. It's not right.
No, it was Abe's Odyssey, new and tasty.
Ah, that's right.
Firewatch is like number 8, isn't it?
Firewatch was number give me a second.
32.
I thought it was like 8.
One of the early ones. That's all I know.
It was number 17.
Oh wow, a bit higher.
Yeah, so it's on the. It's down pretty far from where it starts. So I'm like, it can't be number 8.
Figsy, you know, I love the concept, but man, those questions are too goddamn hard.
Yeah.
All right, I might make it a little bit. I thought you guys were going to get them all, and I had a tiebreaker question and everything. I'm like,
What's
these
the-
guys are going to get this.
What's the
This is
what's the
easy.
tiebreaker question?
All right, you guys can all answer. I'm opening up to chat as well. How many Lego
8
games are
inches.
on PS3?
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna
How
say
many Lego games
10.
I'm gonna say 12.
on PS3?
10, I reckon.
I'm opening up
from
to chat as
franchises.
well. I'm not going to say the answer.
I'm gonna say 9.
9,
No
10,
one's got it correct
12.
so far.
What is it?
37.
I'm going to give chat a minute or so to answer.
Yep.
And then if
15.
you got that, you're going to have to name them.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
15. I'm gonna go with Chaos. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. 15.
I'm gonna say that Chaos is the closest, but he still hasn't got it.
16.
Wow.
Clearly, the answer is too many.
I'm just gonna start counting.
Yeah.
Because isn't there like 3 Harry Potter Lego games, like years 1 and 2? And all that
there's
shit?
2.
Like,
You got
yeah.
years
AJ.
1 to 4, and then 5 to 7.
12 was
The
AJ.
correct answer is there are 19 unique Lego games.
Jesus.
Wow.
And I'll just let you know there's more on PS4.
Believe it. It's like half of the Vita library too.
Yeah.
Well, so Joe got one question. Got one question right.
I completely guessed. But yeah,
I got Andy's
yes,
question right.
it was an educated guess. I remember Driver. And
I
I
was-
remember the
yeah,
car,
okay.
but
Yeah.
I'm like collector's edition. You got me. I have no idea.
I think if some of you got different questions, you would have got them right. It just happened to fall where you got them. How many have you got so far, Chaos? I'm not actually sure the number. I've got like 15. I don't have them all.
Pretty much any major franchise, you can guarantee that there's a Lego version of this game. Like,
I'm pretty sure Lego do 2 releases a year. So, you know,
Eyes
the
wide
span
shut
of
Lego edition.
10 years, you're going to get 19, 20 games.
Lego Eyes Wide Shut, dude.
I'd buy that one.
You can't blame them though, because people buy them. You know,
yeah.
It's people who aren't buying them to play them themselves. They're buying them for their kids.
But last year for the PS5, what did we get? We only got the Star Wars Lego one, and did we get another one?
Good.
I feel like we got another one. And it was based off something that was happening at the time.
Oh, it's Lego COVID edition.
It's got green on the front cover. It might have been an early one. I can't remember it.
No.
Yeah, the DC
I don't collect modern
Lego
stuff,
DC
so you know
villains.
I'm not into PS5 collecting yet.
Nah.
Well,
You don't own any PS5 physical games yet, Figsy?
I've got 24 of them or 25 of them. I bought a PS5 in 2020, so you can't say I collect for it.
There's really not many exclusively PS5 only games out there, is there? Like at the moment, almost 3 years into the games, the console's life cycle. There's not really anything. Well, there's a couple, I guess, that's only
Demon
on a
Souls,
PS5.
Returnal, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, that's about
Is that
it.
it?
I think
Like
that's
the
it.
first party? Oh yeah, God of War. No,
No.
God of War. PS4.
Yeah, PS4 as well. What do you got in there? What is that? Is that a?
We're gonna get to this later. But,
Okay, all right. That's
okay,
interesting.
now let's do it now. Let's do it now. Fuck it, why not, guys? Should we go over our pickups first then?
Sure.
Oh, fucking Figsy's gone.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
let's wait till Figsy gets back. Hey,
Yeah.
we're all getting out of order here. I asked you guys what you were playing, but none of you guys asked me what I was playing. You rude fucking motherfuckers. But I'm gonna take this.
Hey, Will, you know what I was just wondering?
What's that, Joe? Rad?
Have you been playing anything lately?
Oh yes, I'm glad you asked.
what have you been playing?
I have been playing PUBG.
Start talking about shit stained underwear, and I think it went off the rails.
I've been playing PUBG. I've been
Legit? You've been playing PUBG?
Yeah, I play. Well, I took 2 days off the last 2 days, but no, I always play it. It's just something to sit down real easy, start up a game, boom, get done, and walk away. It's not something you got to put a lot of time into. But
yeah, there's no
PUBG.
storyline.
I've been playing Madison, so supposedly
Cool.
the scariest horror game out there. I've been playing Tormented Souls, which I like better than Madison, and
Amore?
nah. I haven't started that game.
What? What the fuck?
Not gonna open that.
No, it's open, but no. I what was the other game I'm playing? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure R, whatever the new
Oh, JoJo's, yeah.
the fighting game. There's another fighting game I was playing. I can't remember.
I've been meaning to pick that up.
Yeah, those are the games I've been playing.
JoJo's is super collectible on PS1. So
PS1.
Yeah, the PS1 one is really expensive. So
was the PS3 was that All-Star Battle, was that price affected by the release of the All-Star Battle R?
I haven't looked at it, to be honest. I know it was going for like 150 Australian over here.
Yeah,
So
it wasn't
I'll
cheap.
see what it's going for now. I would assume it would, but then it didn't get a very big release. So I went to buy it and couldn't find it. So I got to go online to buy it.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking that up for the collection.
So we're gonna do pickups.
Yeah, let's do pickups. We're waiting for Figsy to get back. So we're gonna the homework tonight. The homework segment tonight was show off your pickups and buy it. Mine go back to December up until now. So because when I pick up games, if I get one or two, that's like I'm a week. That's a heavy roll for me. But anyway, who wants to go first? Who wants to show what the goodies they got? Figsy, you go first.
All right. I haven't picked up much stuff, so you guys know I don't work anymore. I work for myself, and eBay sales are a little bit slow over Christmas time, so I didn't really pick anything up. But I did get a tip from Corey over in the PS3 collectors group, PS4 collectors group. He knew that I was chasing the Oz Power version of Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, and he gave me a tip that one of the cash converter stores near him had it on their online store. So after they sent me the game that he bought and I returned it, they then sent me this game and even free shipping in for free. So I got this for $18. Over here, all the copies are American and they have.
Figsy, I have to disagree with you.
Are they PAL UK?
No, so like the normal version that you found that day when we were hunting for the normal version of that game, the whatever Hello Neighbor.
It's just Hello Neighbor, yeah.
Yeah, just the normal Hello Neighbor version. Most of our copies are fake PAL versions with the sticker on them, but that hide and seek is pretty common as a PAL.
As Oz Power?
Yeah, as an Oz Power with.
Okay, because I've been struggling to find it. So
wow, that's weird. I find that all the time and get excited thinking it's the normal one that I don't have, and then I find out it's the fucking hide and seek version.
Have you played it?
I'm happy.
Yeah, it's pretty
good. New one's coming out or just came out too, right? Hello Neighbor 2.
I just need to see what my dog's barking at. Give me a second.
Okay.
All right, Andy, what about you? What are you bringing tonight?
Yeah, so like over the holidays, I went for a holiday to a different town, and they had an EB Games. It's a really small country town, but they had an EB Games, which is the American version of a GameStop. So the first game I picked up is Anima Gates of Memories.
I've seen that before. I never played it.
Yeah. So it's oops, on the wrong finger. It's a fake power game. The next game is a NIS America title, and it is called Destiny Connect TikTok Travelers.
I've never seen that one before.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Is that RPG?
Yep.
That's
an
cool.
RPG. This one's pretty common, I believe. You've probably seen this one before. So it's NBA 2K Playgrounds 2.
Nice. Is that like NBA Jam?
Yeah. It's like a one-on-one street type NBA game. This one is I picked you up, Will, and I've got to say you're pretty sexy.
Damn, well.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've picked Will up, and I'm pretty happy to have Will in my collection.
I've seen. Is this a visual novel?
Yes, it is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one around.
So that one's from PM Studio.
I've sent them a cease and desist. They haven't replied.
And I'm probably going to do a Figsy here and say this completely wrong.
Andy, name that game.
Arslan.
What did you call it?
Arslan.
I know the game we're trying to talk about.
Arslan, the Warriors of Legend. Arslan.
I've been in the ass lane a few times.
Arslan?
Arslan.
Arslan? Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Okay, two more. So the next one's a pretty common title. I think everyone's probably played and seen before. But Code Vein.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant game. Have you guys played it?
It sits on my shelf.
Probably the best Souls clone game I've played.
Yeah.
I've heard it's
Namco.
It's
an anime.
I like Motor
And the second, the last game that I got is a pretty new release, and I believe that the seller made a spelling mistake on their listing, and I somehow was the only person to see this game on eBay and was able to bid on it and get it for $10, which usually it's weird because it's like $60-something at eBay at the moment. And it's basically like a clone or like an evolution of the game called Skater XL. It's made by completely different people, but it's just called Session.
Nice.
I heard
What was the
good.
eBay listing called?
It had a spelling mistake in it somewhere, and I'm pretty sure they had like one S or something in there, and that's why it was
Sesson.
Yeah, Sesson Skate Sim. But yeah, there was a spelling mistake in there somewhere because I couldn't find it when I searched for its normal name, and yeah, the only person that bid on it. So pretty happy to have that.
Good stuff, man. Got some obscure RPGs. I like that.
Joe, you go next because I got a giveaway with mine. So
all right, let's do it. So I got the Trek to Yomi Special Reserve Edition.
Oh wow, is that a steelbook?
It's not. It's like a cardboard sleeve, but it's
PS5 or
PS5. Yeah, it's like embossed. I don't know what to call it. It's like it's like 3D. You can feel it or whatever.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It's really cool.
Is it a horror game or
that kind of being cheap?
It's side-scrolling samurai action game.
Ooh,
and it's like super artistic. Like it's all in black and white, and it looks like an old black and white movie. You know, it got mixed reviews as far as the actual game. It's pretty much like an artistic masterpiece, but they said the actual gameplay is a little basic. So it's like the actual sword fighting is not that wild. But I don't, it just looks so gorgeous. I had to have it. There's no doubt about it. It's like some games I buy just because they're pretty looking. I really don't care. So
is it sealed or is it in like a plastic sleeve? That's
it's sealed.
Not sealed.
It's
cool.
It's sealed, and then this is like a cardboard box.
Yeah,
and everything else comes out of it.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a bunch of their Switch. So that's the first actual like PlayStation copy that I've gotten from them. I usually buy their stuff for Switch, but again, this is one of the first times where I'm like, well, the graphics, like I want it to play good. So I'm definitely getting the PS5. I don't even know if they made it for the Switch. Anyway, so
reminds me of probably one of the memes we're going to see today.
Yeah, I was going to say, Will made a meme about this.
Yeah.
It's probably a good time to bring it up, Will.
What? About what?
I'll take a break for a meme.
I don't know if you uploaded this one. You sent it to me and Andy during the week.
No, I sent it to him.
Oh, yeah, it's. I did enjoy that one.
Did you upload it?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up here. Where'd it go? Hold on, it's here somewhere.
It's okay. I'm gonna do my next game.
Yeah,
I also got Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition.
That's one of my favorite. Well, not one of my favorite games, but that's high up there, being a pretty good game.
See, I got excited for that, and I really struggled to get into it with the whole first-person thing.
Yeah, it's slow, and the storyline's weird and stuff, but it's, I don't know, it's just a good running around carving people up type thing.
I heard it's like got a steep learning curve as far as the combat goes, especially.
Yeah.
Like it's very awkward, I've heard, but I've also heard if you get used to it and you get good at it, it's like pretty realistic and pretty fun.
It's decent.
So,
yeah,
it was cheap and looks really awesome, and
it's the blocking and stuff that's weird. Like
I'll say don't go into it expecting The Witcher.
No.
It's nothing
like it's supposed to be more like a sim than it's like a
correct. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's anything like The Witcher.
No,
it's like an FPS. It's an FPS medieval FPS game mixed with an RPG.
All right, so this next one actually blew me away because I ordered a game from GameStop, and it was supposed to be new, and it actually came sealed. So this blew my mind because I was just expecting it not to. But I was, after the last time we talked about it, I finally got the PS4 copy, and I have the PS5 one from IM8 already, so I already opened that. I've been playing that. It's actually really fun.
On last week's show, if a sealed copy existed for that,
it does. I've got it sealed on
for
PS4.
PS4. I know it does.
Yeah.
I have PS5,
No,
maybe through the retail shops, maybe, but not through.
I have a sealed PS5 copy of that.
Did you get it from like
Stray,
Best Buy or something like that, or
JB Hi-Fi?
Yeah, if you get it from a retail store,
Yep.
I think you can find a sealed one. But if you got it from,
Yeah, I've got it. Well,
yeah, and I don't know if you saw.
I got it, dude. I'm already there.
They sent out a
I know you got the wrong one.
Oh, I was downloading too, but yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone else keep hearing Joe's cat go meow occasionally?
Yeah.
Here's your meme.
It's true.
I posted. Yeah. Thanks for this meme. This one came in from Andy. I posted it in the group, and it upset some people. So that's a mark of a good meme.
Dude, people have to realize that's the truth.
Yeah, like The Witcher 3 on the Switch. I mean, it's a marvel that they got it working. It's like, a masterpiece of technology being able to port it to the Switch, but fuck, it looks terrible. Like, the graphics wise, it's shit house.
We just addressed the fact that the new Harry Potter game's coming to the Switch, and they've announced that the version's going to be very downgraded, and it's going to come out like 6 months later.
Yeah.
Surprised it won't be like a streamed game or something like that.
It's going to play like Doom on a pregnancy tester, basically.
Yeah.
Look, we've ported it over, but it's shit, all right? And they've let us know that in advance.
At least they're admitting it. Like, unlike Rockstar, when it was, the definitive edition, they're not like, well, we've ported it to the Switch and it runs like shit, but hey, like, they're just like, here, have this game for full price.
I feel like the Switch is the only console that people check the performance of the game before anything else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like people will like, nobody wants to know if the game's good. Everyone's like, does it play on the Switch? Can I play it? Will it crash? Will it look terrible? You know what I mean? Like, it's
the benchmark.
Yeah, Nintendo's, it's at the end of its life cycle for sure.
Oh, but, yeah,
people keep buying it. So
but, I mean,
Mario Kart 8 is still like the best-selling game all time every week. So it's like, guys, stop buying
the Wild's in the top.
Stop buying it.
Like, hardware-wise, it was outdated back then. Like, when it came out in 2016. I'm pretty sure the Vita, which is older than the Switch, has similar hardware like inside it, and it's fucking years older than it.
Hey, I had an interesting question. GTA Trilogy's on the Switch. Is GTA 5 on the Switch?
No. Nope.
Okay, that's weird. Considering it's like the best-selling game of all time, and it could...
if they were to get it to run on there, it'd be like a streamed version of the game, because I believe some games are streamed somehow through the Switch. Yeah, so like I believe that's how you could probably get it running someday, but no, it plays on a Steam Deck like pretty well, which is amazing. But yeah, no,
for about an hour probably.
Yeah, exactly.
The Steam Deck is like, it'll play anything. I'm like, yes, but then it gets 4,000 degrees and the battery lasts 15 minutes.
It depends on the game. Like, yeah, I played The Witcher on it, and I got like an hour and a half battery on it, and then I played Fallout, and then like 5 hours later, it was still running. So
PS3, PS2, or low graphics games, it'll last fine. But like, my girlfriend got hers. She's like, I'm gonna play Slime Rancher 2, which is like a brand name game. She's like, it lasted like an hour. I'm like, yeah,
it's gone. Yeah,
there you go.
I can't speak on the Switch one way or the other. I don't play it. You see, I'm a grown ass man, so.
Hey,
it's
on that point. Like, I try and only pick up exclusives because for other games, I'm gonna get the PS4 version or the PS5 version, or even on PC. Because they're gonna run better. Full stop. But there are really good exclusives on the Switch, so it is a great system. It's just
exactly. Especially first-party Nintendo games, even though the console's outdated and the performance is shit, Nintendo will always get their games to run really, really well on the hardware that they've made. So
even the ones that don't run well, the Pokemon recent releases, I've started playing Violet again, and it is running much better than when it first came out. So
yeah, that was a bit.
They patch that thing up.
I haven't come into any glitches or any faults, and I probably put 12 hours into it. So
Breath of the Wild's still selling for full retail here. $79.
Yeah, it's still selling. It's not just full retail. They sell it for like $90 in Australia, which is above retail.
Yeah,
which is actually crazy.
Same as Wind Waker HD, that's still full price. Like, most Nintendo first party titles are still full price.
And then they'll have Black Friday specials, and it's like $60.
$10 off.
You get $5 off. Yeah.
$10 off. Yeah. Here we go. We're giving you
a 2015 game for $60, guys. It's on special.
I believe sometimes the digital downloads of them can, like through the actual store, can be discounted a fair bit, but not that often.
Problem with Switch collecting is like it's not like PS4 or PS5 where you're like, I'll just wait. It'll drop in price. I'll pick it up later. Nope. It's expensive. It sells out, and then it's more expensive. So it's so frustrating. Like there's been, Dragon Quest Builders 1 is like $5 on PS4, but if you want it on the Switch, it's like 100 something freaking dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like.
The worst part is that's the type of game that's more enjoyed on the Switch because of what it is. It's a game that you want to take with you and play it on the plane or the train, or play it in bed because you don't have to think about it.
Well, me and my girlfriend like watch movies and sit on player Switches because we're ridiculous, and like that's what I really like it for. For my Switch is so I can play on the couch and watch TV at the same time. Otherwise, I just get a little monitor and I hook up my PS4.
And I'll bring up an interesting thing for this is like my own personal experience with handhelds. Like since the Switch has become a thing, the Vita's become a thing, that I find myself finishing more games if I start playing them on the handheld, because I can do exactly what you said. My missus can watch TV and then I can sit next to her and chat to her and smash zombies in the head and stuff, and I don't have to sit in another room and be isolated and stuff and feel like I'm not talking to her and stuff. So and like just family life and stuff like that, you can have the Switch there or the Steam Deck and play around with it and get more game time in, I guess.
Yeah. And it's for me, it's like just for crappy graphics games too. Like it's just for 8-bit. Like 90% of my collection is 16-bit games and little like anything that I know will run fine on it.
Games like Stardew Valley and like Animal Crossing and stuff like that, they look like shit, but they're fun.
That reminds me.
Even like genres like shoot 'em ups and platforming games, that they're just gonna run well and be fun on the Switch. But, full RPGs that aren't like 16 or 8-bit.
Switch.
I want to play it on. I want to play it on my PS5 or play it on the computer or a console that's going to run it well.
All right, real quick. I know it's not PlayStation, but my girlfriend did get me.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
This was my best Christmas present for sure.
Yeah,
like this was one of those things where I'd looked it up and been like, I want this for like 3 years, and then I'm like, it's just too expensive, and I have multiple copies of Stardew Valley. So,
question: how many hours do you reckon you have in that game?
I probably have about 500-600 hours to 1,000 somewhere in there.
What about
my
you,
girlfriend? As
I'd be in the
1,000 hours.
I had 1,000 hours on PS4 back in like 2016, so I'm probably upwards of 2,000 now. Wow. Just on that, Joe, I don't actually own it physically on the Switch. It's the only Switch game that I've got that I have digitally, because on the Switch it's like $6.
Yeah.
So I can't justify paying $60 when I already own a physical copy and it's only $6 on the store.
Oh
yeah.
Sicko. I have the Japanese collector's edition too.
Oh wow.
I love it.
It's the same on Steam. It's like $6 on Steam, but then you go to EB Games and it's fucking $60.
So forever, this was the only physical copy of Stardew Valley for years. Like you could only buy the Japanese collector's edition. They didn't have a US release for a long time.
On Switch, you mean? There was the
Switch.
PS4 version.
The PS4 version was like always available for $10. So I bought this, and I guess this one still holds its value pretty well because it comes with the CD soundtrack, and the music in this game is insane. So a lot of people want this for the CD soundtrack.
Yeah.
Will the PS5 play CDs?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it'll play just normal media CDs. Like if you put a normal CD in there, it'll play that.
A music CD? That's what I'm talking about.
I read someone that didn't.
I don't know. Play music CDs.
The PS4 didn't, but I don't.
It might have been the PS4 that didn't.
Yeah.
What if they did that with the PS5?
See, I would think it would play PS1 games if it did, because those are just CDs, right? So that's what made me believe. Maybe not, but I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Do you guys have CDs still?
Well, yeah, they come in CD
I have
soundtracks.
them on eBay.
I have tons of them
for sale.
I used to have some in the car for nostalgic purposes, but that's about it.
No, I got a lot of games, that come with the CD soundtrack. I want to play it, but It's ironic that you get a CD soundtrack with the PS4 game and the damn PS4 won't play it.
It won't play it. Yeah, dude.
Right.
I have this insane CD collection that goes from like 1998 until 2006, pretty much till I got an iPod, and then just nothing after that. So I have this like time shot of time of all these CDs. And
will the PS5 play DVDs?
Sorry.
Will the PS5 play a DVD?
I'm pretty sure it will.
Blu-rays definitely. I don't know.
Yeah, Blu-rays for sure.
I'm pretty sure it will.
I think it will. I'm
gonna go. Well, later I'm gonna go test that. All right.
Let me finish. I'm sorry.
Okay, you didn't finish.
Yeah, no, real quick. So I just have a couple ones that I actually am pretty happy about. So this one I actually scored for $40, and I was fucking stoked. I found sealed Crystar War. And
where'd you get that?
NTSD. Just some dude on eBay had it for $40, my friend. And I woke up at like 7 a.m. and I went, buy now. Immediately. I was just like, is that NTSC for real? Okay. So like,
I actually sent Will a message this morning about
that game,
and I said, this will be the next reprint.
I think it will be.
So you're hearing it right now. Crystar to be reprinted.
I think it will be. And speaking of reprints, real quick, they came in. I got them both.
Oh wow!
So there you go. I just figured I'd show these the last, maybe spur off those. Just piss off.
Did you end up selling your copy that you got recently at EB Games for fuck all, Figsy?
No, I sold it for $180 or something.
Yeah, so you did get rid of it. Okay, cool.
I sold it like a week before they announced the reprint.
Because you got it from
I didn't know they were
like
going to announce
$20 or something, didn't you?
That's the way to do it.
I bought it for 48. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, I got a big stack, so I'm gonna go through these quickly. I got a Japanese copy of Onishambara Z2 Chaos.
Awesome. I love the artwork.
I got it sealed on. I got NTSC sealed Banana Split Edition, so I wanted to play it. So I got that one.
Yeah.
I got. No, I'm kidding.
Is it still sealed?
No, it's not sealed. I got Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water. This is a gift from my girlfriend for Christmas.
That's a good one.
And funny enough,
I remember you opened that on the last podcast and snuck it out and showed us.
Shut up! She's watching you, dickhead, dude. She's watching. No,
fuck! Oh no!
Busted.
And my girlfriend accidentally bought this game by accident because she thought it was Maiden in Black Water because it had a camera on it. So Madison.
Yep.
Scariest game. It's all right. No, it's good, but it's not as good as they say.
That's the naughtiest thing you've done,
I'm
Will.
sorry.
You're all right.
Darius HD.
Ooh, let's go.
That's a great game, dude. Seriously, one of the best.
Guru, Mark of the Wolves.
Nice.
That's a fighting game?
Yes, this is the other fighting game I couldn't remember that I was playing.
SNK or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is a limited run, number 354. Tormented Souls. I'm having fun with this. If you like old school horror puzzlers, like Silent Hill or the older Resident Evil, I suggest this game. It's cool. It's got boobies in it.
BRB, guys.
I was also talking about this earlier. Bazaars, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle, R. This one I picked up in the wild, the real wild, Joe.
So in the forest, dug it up.
I expect we'll put like a safari hat when he goes out.
This is a supply drop at K4.
He's got binoculars.
How much did you pay for that? How much did you pay for that at GameStop?
Fate. I didn't get this at GameStop.
He's trying to
Fate Extella, the Umbral Star, $10.
Wow, that's pretty good.
A good deal.
Also an odd one because I don't collect these, but I got this. I got this with Fate Extella from the same dude. This is Conception 2 on PS Vita. That's his title. Cool. This one's spoken for. We'll be selling that because I don't have a Vita.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome. Finding Vita games in the wild is serious.
It's crazy.
Bravo, sir.
And you paid retail for it, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I got this. Yeah, they're at Walmart.
They're everywhere now, eh? And I keep seeing like people trying to sell them on.
Scalp them.
Not gonna work.
My girlfriend gets 100% credit for this because my PS4 was overheating. It was
wow.
shut down twice, and
Be right back.
I cleaned it up as best as I could. And
you should send it to me, and I'll clean it for you properly and send it back to you.
I already sold the fucking thing to GameStop. I
didn't want. Okay. No.
I didn't want.
Did they take it as working?
Yeah, they did. They tested
it.
Yeah,
they did.
It works, but if you sit there and you play for 3 hours, it's gonna just shut itself down. So.
I have a question. At GameStop, when you take a console in there, do they test it in front of you or nah?
Yeah, they put it right in. They plug it in.
Wow. Okay, because here they don't check any of that shit. So like, I've had friends that have gone in there with like Xbox One X's that have like no HDMI ports in the back of them because they've been broken and fucked. And they'll just be like, oh yeah, we'll take these. And then like they don't test the consoles at all. They don't even test if they power on. They just take it as a trade.
They don't even have a TV in there to test them.
No, exactly. Which is crazy to me. Like they must be losing money off that somehow.
Yeah, they
did. With that in mind, they sell pre-owned consoles, and so many of them get returned that aren't working because obviously, they're not even.
Well, they're supposed to be refurbishing them before they send them like back out for sale. But like some of them, if the one that my mate traded in, the HDMI port was completely fallen off the board and the pads on the board ripped off. So like you couldn't repair it. It could not be repaired. And they're like, yeah, we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. So yeah, it's just.
No, I went. The plan was because I called up GameStop and they're like, yeah, we got PS5. So the plan was to take my PS4, get the trade-in credit. But I was factory resetting the PS4, and it just took too goddamn long. And it was New Year's Day, so we had to rush. So we went there because they were closing. So we went there anyway. We're just gonna buy it and then trade it in the next day. So anyway, buy it. We go to GameStop. They say, we only have digital. I'm like, fuck you. You guys told me over the phone. Fuck you, GameStop. So popped on over to Target. They didn't have it. Popped on over to Walmart. Third time's a charm. Walmart have it. Boom.
Yeah.
I went back to GameStop the next day, traded in the PS4, and I had a stack of controllers, a bunch of controllers I was going to trade in with it. And my 5-year-old daughter, she's a dickhead. She likes to peel the sticker off of the back controller. And when you peel the sticker off, the serial number disappears somehow.
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't take that control because the serial number disappeared. But they told me
that's weird.
If I go in the city of Mesa, it's gotta have it. And they're like, but if you go over to Tempe, they'll take it from me. No problem. They don't require this. They don't require the serial number. It's weird. So
it must be for inventory management or for like theft reasons.
Yeah, it's a police thing.
It's a theft thing.
Yeah.
It's
every electrical item needs a serial number input into a computer.
Yeah.
The way we used to get around it in the pawn shop is we would do like a bundle and like say, all right, they're trading in a PS4 and include the controller with the PS4, not two separate items.
Yeah,
that's if it's missing a serial number.
Yeah, but I'm gonna because my work is on the Tempe Mesa border. So at some point, I'm gonna take a pile of controllers with the shit peeled off the back over there and to their GameStop and get it traded in.
Will, was it a Pro or just a normal PS4 that you traded in?
It was a Pro.
Oh, okay, cool. Was it white or black?
It was black.
Yep.
Also, to celebrate the getting of the PS5 God of War console edition, I'm going to give away the free code. So if you guys are ready in the chat, if you want this free code, I'm going to turn this thing around, and you can read it off, and you can run over to your PS4 or 5 and download this thing. So there it is. Haha, I got you.
I mean, hey, what?
Fuck you guys. I've already cashed this thing in. I'm not going to give you guys a free game. Fuck
oh, wow.
Nobody sends me free shit. You guys can eat a dick.
We need to add a boo sound to the chat. Boo.
No, I'm just being a dickhead.
You've muted yourself, Joe.
Sorry, I muted myself with a cat screaming her freaking head over.
Sorry, man.
You just claim you gave it away still. It's just be like, hey, somebody
someone else
got it.
must
Someone
have
was
cashed it in.
quick. You guys are fast.
No one's going to own up to taking it? Wow, guys.
My girlfriend got it. My girlfriend already downloaded the code like last week. So,
So I have a question.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What was that?
Have you opened up the PlayStation 5 and used it yet? And is there anything that you enjoy about it over the PS4?
Oh yeah, the thing got hooked up as soon as I came home.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm using it as a PS4 Pro 2.0. I'm just the only game I played on it PS5 wise is the God of War Ragnarok. I like it. It's faster. It's snappier. Everything looks pretty.
Have you played an FPS game on it yet, where like you're shooting a gun and you can actually feel like a trigger of a gun because it's clicking?
I have played what's that one, the
Astro's
Playroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my daughter, she started to play it, and when she gets stuck, first thing she does is hand it to dad. And that one really shows off the haptic feedback and whatnot. And I like it. My girlfriend, she's been playing Overwatch, she says.
Wow.
And I don't know. I haven't played it, so I can't speak for that. I've been just playing PUBG and PS4 games on it, but
PUBG doesn't have the haptic feedback or anything.
No. So I don't. The only game I have that, and I mean, I play God of War, and you can feel it and shit. Me, I'm the kind of guy when I play a game, I turn off Rumble if I can find it annoying. But
destroys the battery on your controller. if it happens all the time, I mean, I feel like I have to charge my controller constantly.
Yeah, the triggers are fun though.
Someone in chat just mentioned the videos and the lot of news articles that are circling around about the vertical standing PS5 debacle with the liquid metal. Has anyone else seen much about that?
Yeah, so we even we uploaded a photo. We're going to chat about that today, so it's a good time to talk about it. So this was uploaded to one of the French PS5 groups, and it's apparently photos of the metal actually leaking inside the console.
Yeah, so that I don't know too much about it, and I'm not an expert in it, but I know that generally if you drop your PlayStation 5, the chances of the liquid metal spilling out in the little balls and stuff going all over the board is pretty high. But all the stuff that's coming out recently, they make it sound like maybe it's just leaking itself when it's sitting vertically and leaking over the board. So it's different to what I originally thought they were trying to talk about, where if you jolt the console anyway, the liquid metal comes loose from its little containment area and goes all over the board and creates shorts on things because liquid metal is conductive. So I'm guessing that, I don't know, I'm thinking about maybe flipping mine to sitting flat now because it's kind of worrying.
My setup, I got mine set up flat. I mean, it's just the way I do. All my consoles are set up flat. From what I've read or heard, seen a couple of YouTube videos, is I guess there's a seal around that, and if
there's a foam pad that you can see that in the photo, the foam pad that goes around it.
And if the seal gets broken, that's where the bullshit's gonna leak out of.
And I believe having too much on there as well is part of the problem, like in the factory. Yeah. So the second picture there, I think is the second picture is with the EMI shield back on it, and then that other thing that you can see around it, the black shit, that's the pad thing that goes around it to stop it from spilling. But yeah, wow, that's spilled under the pad and then is now going down the board onto the parts of it. So,
well, if we take ourselves back to when the PS5 was released, obviously there was major demand for it. So I'm assuming what's happened is they've rushed these out, and in the process of rushing out so many consoles, they haven't sealed them all properly.
Yeah,
which is a very likely situation.
Because liquid metal is not a thing to mess with. Like if you're building a computer and you're overclocking it and you use liquid metal, it's not recommended to apply it if you have no idea what you're doing. Because if you put too much on there or you spill the tiniest little bit on the board and it's in the wrong spot. Yeah. Yep, it bridges a connection or it goes underneath the actual. That's the thing that they're worried about. It's going underneath the chips and basically and running between the solder balls and connecting things like solder balls together and pads together that are not supposed to be together, just blowing up consoles. So yeah, it's definitely something to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, these pictures and all these reports, they're coming out from people who do PS5 repairs. And, and so, I mean, those are the guys that are going to hear. I mean, but is it going to be as prevalent as the red ring of death on the Xbox or the? I know definitely dropping it is
like I know definitely when you drop a PlayStation 5, you run the risk of that happening like a lot, but it just sitting there by itself, I think maybe the chances of it happening is pretty low. But I don't know.
Well, the interesting thing about the PS5 is it's almost designed to stand up vertically. Like it's a very big and awkward console. So unless you have a lot of space, vertically is the only way to go. Yeah. So maybe it's going to be a time thing. And in 10 years, all these consoles of 10 years of being like this, gravity's made this stuff fall down and we won't see it for a few years.
I think not dropping your console. I mean, that's just ABC or any fucking electronic. Don't drop it.
I'm talking about shunts, like small shunts to it. Basically, can make that liquid metal break and shoot itself around the board in little pieces.
I don't think it's going to be as a widespread issue like as the red ring of death. I think it's just something to talk about that all these fucking people are latching on to. It's content. It's content to talk about your shitty PS5 standing up, and everybody says the same thing. Well, I've had it vertical since launch, and nothing's happened to mine. Yeah, well, fuck you. It's gonna. I honestly, between you, me, just between us, I think this thing is fucking ugly, dude.
Oh man, I 100% agree with you. Well, don't be afraid.
Go get yourself some plates for it, mate. Go get some plates.
This is the first thing on the shopping list is some black plates because I don't know. It looks like 70s or 80s astronaut Legos to me. I don't know.
You're just so right.
Or a binder.
It reminds me of the 70s show trying to be futuristic. Like, you know what I mean? How they would dress in the 70s trying to pretend to be from the future.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna get those black plates as soon as I can. And also the horizontal stand kind of sucks. It's like precarious. I feel like it's doing a balancing act on that little round plate. I did see because when I got this, I started watching every PS5 video on YouTube, and they do make some sort of stand where you can just slap it on the left and the right side, so you get a nice flat, even surface. And I think I may go for that. But
it's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I think a bunch of people don't even know how to install the stand properly, because my brother got a PS5 and I went over to his house and I looked at his entertainment unit and there's this PlayStation 5 on the
put them upside down
unit, and it's like it's like instead of sitting on the stand like this, it was like leaning backwards, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, dude, what are you doing with the stand? He's like, oh, I just stuck it on the stand. And I've just gone and had a look at it, and the bolt's not even out of its little default location.
Oh my
God. Just sitting on the stand. And I was like, this is what's going to drop on the ground.
And exactly. And you're like, how do people drop their PS5s? What the hell are they doing?
Shit like that. Exactly. Oh, there's a bolt that goes in there to hold it in.
It's as simple as reading the goddamn instructions. Anytime I bring a fucking an electronic home, whether it's a stereo or freaking headphones, whatever, I read the instructions. Just read the fucking instructions. Oh, I'm a man. I don't have to fuck you. You're a man. You're a fucking idiot if you don't read the instructions. Read the goddamn instructions. They took the time to print them up so you don't so your PS5 doesn't fall over.
Yeah.
There's a big fault to where the stand is. So I got hacked on PSN. I had to call Sony to get my account back. Anyway, you've got to read out your serial number because it's linked up with your account. Well, the serial number is actually underneath where the stand is. So you've got to take the stand off to be able to see the serial number.
Fucking stupid, eh?
I personally think that if you design something and it requires a freaking stand, you did a bad job. I just put feet on it. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I supposedly it's for airflow and for blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But I 100% agree with you. I think it's hideous.
They need a slim version, and
they
need to maybe fix the liquid metal thing so it can't.
And I got the black plates immediately, like the second.
Did you get the D brand ones or the official Sony ones?
Oh, I got the official ones.
Oh, yeah.
And then, well, I mean, dude, I have like a black stereo, a black Wii U, a black PS3, and this giant white stupid thing, and I was like, oh my God. And so
it looks like a Comcast router or some shit.
Well, now, dude, well, you know what pisses me off even more now is VR2. That's not going to come in black. So now I'm going to have all black and then this big white goddamn headset. So because I'm such a sick freak, I'm going to buy a second PS5 and I'm going to keep it in this room.
Just so it matches.
Yep. And if you look, I bought a set of white headphones and the black headphones. So I have the black ones up there. And so in here, I'll have the white ones with the white headset with my white controller. I'm going to have all my little white setup over here.
Does VR1 come in black or
OCD? No.
Okay, so they were white. Yeah.
That's why I was really, really hoping they would do multiple colors of VR2 because it seems to be like what they're doing. You know, they have the different plates, they have the different controllers.
Yeah, make a faceplate for it. That'd be cool.
It's just super expensive to make those things, and I know that they're not gonna make 10 different colors and have a bunch sit in the warehouse. They're just gonna try to sell. I know they're not. Maybe they'll do a black version. Maybe
because they're stagnant. There was a stagnant release of the different faceplate covers because I remember I wanted a purple one for so long, and the red one came out, and then the other one came. Shut up, Figsy. And that took ages for the purple one to come out.
Collectors are so OC. Yep. Yep. Seriously, bro, it's a problem. It's not even a joke.
Yeah,
no, I lose sleep at night over like it's not white.
Could be worse. It could look like a fridge. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it could look like an Xbox. But
gentlemen, there was something that me and Will really wanted to discuss with you guys. So during the week, Video Game Plus in Canada announced a reprint for Blue Reflection on PS4. On top of those reprints that they've done differently, we want to discuss that on the show. So, Will, do you want to start?
I've prepared a statement.
You want to full screen this?
You guys think I'm kidding, but no, I'm against it, and it's as simple as the whole thing. It's just a fuck you to collectors. I'm just gonna read this thing. It's a wall of text. So let me see here. My issue with all these reprints is they should note that they are second runs. Collectors' existing copies will not be devalued, and the people who want to snag it who didn't snag it the first time around can get the game at a fair price.
Yeah.
VGP is too busy patting itself on the back, proclaiming that they're doing it for the players, but they're not. They're only doing it to line their pockets. I mean, why else would they only reprint high-value games? More power to any company that wants to make a profit, but they're screwing collectors and the market. It's slimy, it's gross, and dare say unethical. You know, if they mark their games as reprints, I doubt they'd fly off the shelves as quickly either, so they're not going to. Then you have all this army of VGP dick riders on Twitter praising their bullshit practices, all the while proclaiming the evils of scalpers and resellers, the big evil boogeymen of the video game collecting community, the filthy devil worshipping scum of the earth resellers. Ooh. Now, I bet 90% of those Twitter dick riders are resellers, and they're smacking their lips at the prospect of reselling these things for twice the price they paid, which is still less than market value. A market value which will always be diminished from there forward, but only slightly less unaffordable than before. And it's stupid to defend these guys. They're feeding resellers, the same evil resellers they claim to be saving people from. No one wants this game because it's fun, because it's a breakthrough in gaming. They want it because it's rare. Well, it was rare. These jewels of our hobby should be protected from this bullshit. Anyone who says, "Oh, I'm a real collector. I'm not in it for the money." I think everyone should have these games. They're bullshit. It's got to sting when a rare feather in your cap is now reduced to fucking FIFA 21 status. It should piss you off. It's got to piss you off. And for the record, I don't know. I haven't owned any of these games in question before or after they were reprinted. And that's what I got to say about that. God bless America. That my rant.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's fair points. Yeah, the fact that it's not listed as a reprint.
I'm glad you mentioned that point. See, I think that's pretty much all that they need to do to solve the situation is put a little, or even if it's not a reprint. You know how like those PS3 reprints, at least like the logos in the front look different. You can clearly distinguish them from the old prints, even if it doesn't say like reprint, repro, whatever. If they could slightly make a different cover art, Why not just make a different cover art or something like that and make the game and just like you said, distinguish between the two print runs. So that way you have everybody who has the original print run, it's not devalued. And then, like you said, well, people who want the game, like they claim, they just want a copy of the game for their claim, they can still do that. So I think that would be
I don't think Video Game Plus have actually got a choice.
Yeah, I don't think they were saying it either.
Games,
oh, do they?
The companies changed, so they had no choice. And I'm sure Dusty Games would have preferred to have Painkiller and Syberia exactly the same. But with these new PS4 games, unless like Koei Tech, change their company, we're going to see the exact same covers.
Yeah,
I don't think Video Game Plus have got any say in any changes on the cover, on the back cover, or anything like that. They do distinguish that they are reprinted when they sell them,
which is cool. Yeah, they're not being deceptive about them being reprints. But also, to Will's point, so at first I wasn't quite as concerned about it because I feel like the games they're choosing are so rare that even if they did a reprint run of them, they would go down and over time come back up.
Yeah,
but it's gone from we're doing a print of 1,000 to we're doing an open pre-order to now you can just go on their website and order Berserk or Attack on Titan 2. You just go buy it right now. And so, like, if they're printing infinite amounts, that's screwing people. That's $60.
Okay, so they're not really trying to they're not reprinting them and then selling them for absurd amounts of money.
But Attack on Titan 2, you can get them on eBay now for $80.
Because this, this problem.
That's not a bad thing though. When they were 200 6 months ago.
Surely this problem isn't.
Phil will disagrees if you have the copy. So I see it from that perspective. Like if you have if you paid out the ass for this rare game, and now it's $60, that stings.
It's gotta hurt, yeah. And
if you paid 60, it became worth 200, and now it's worth 60 again. Yeah, not so much. But if you did pay out top dollar for this thing and now it's being reprinted, I do see that being really frustrating for people.
But we're talking about PS4 games, not like it's a PS1 game that you've paid $300 for and they've reprinted. So these are still games that they're still selling in the shops. They're still making PS4 games. So you shouldn't be too surprised that if they're to reprint.
Correct. And I don't think this is a problem that's just to do with game collecting as well. I'm pretty sure everything you could possibly imagine that someone collects, they've probably done reprints of things, remakes of a product. I don't know, maybe Monopoly boards and stuff like that might have been expensive in the past. They just remake that Monopoly board and people buy them and it probably devalues the old ones, or toys and stuff like that.
Yeah, but with a Monopoly board, it's Milton Bradley. Those are the guys that are reprinting it. There's not a third party. It's not a third party sponsoring the reprint. You know what I mean?
Get yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's freaking like bullshit. I made a meme for this here. Hold on. This is how a reprint is supposed to look. And there's home, and this is VGP's slogan, which I also take issue with because it's just fucking stupid. Home of the reprints. Fuck you, man. Really, fuck you. Eat a dick. It's just a terrible slogan. I gotta give. Well, again, Dusty Games. At least their shit, you could tell it visually. At least with the Dusty Games one, you could tell it's a visual reprint. Yeah, granted, they're pieces of shit for the way they try to sneak it in there. And Figsy, you're right.
I don't think it was their
Dusty
choice.
Games, they don't have a choice. But there's got to be something. Something's got to be done. And it's just PS4 collecting it's going to crap because of these reprints. It's not the same, man.
I wanted to bring up something that isn't really talked about, but I brought this up with Will today. So I'm a big fan of a YouTube channel, Double Jump Video Games. Anyway, they were doing these unboxings a couple of years ago, and what they were doing is unboxing factory sealed PS2 games. But it wasn't just normal games; it was like Silent Hill and Atlas titles and JRPGs. And it was like, where are all these games coming from? Are these all reprints that people just aren't aware of, or are they really factories full of sealed games from the early 2000s? It's possible that these are all just reprints, and we're not aware of this.
Reprints have been going on forever, and I think Dusty Games, when he got called out by the community, he let a big industry secret out, or maybe not so industry secret. I think he dropped the dime on everybody, because I know a lot of the Atlas titles, a lot of the Shin Megami Tensei games were reprinted. The Digital Devil Sagas 1 and 2, for example. Persona 3, yeah.
Square Enix still sells brand new PS1 games on their store.
Yeah,
so
but Square Enix sell them themselves, and they also sell them as greatest hits games. So you know for a fact that, like, you know, they're Square Enix games. It's like it would be like artists selling their own work. It's different in what Will's saying. It's a different company selling them.
And those games got silver bottoms instead of black ones. I watched a video on it recently. So there's one way to tell right there.
I want to add one thing. So the price of Blue Reflection was $60, which is actually quite expensive. I did do some research, and it was originally sold for $59.99. So they did sell it for retail price.
Someone wrote here, quite interested to know if anyone has had a reprint graded, and would that influence the value of the reprint in any way? So, like, in the future, when people are grading PS3 games and PS4 games that are classed as vintage because it's fucking 15 years from now, you know, how much of a difference is those reprints going to do to? Did that happen with like Nintendo era games, like 64 games? So people could tell,
especially with Mario stuff. But what's interesting though, like we all seen that CGC graded Syberia, it didn't actually note that it was a reprint. So unless VGA are gonna, like, because VGA were those guys, right? They're the top grading company for video games. You know, are they gonna note that these modern titles are reprinted or not?
These VGA pros, they don't know, dude. They don't know. They don't know. They got their head up their ass, and they're not fucking. They don't know what's going on.
Did you see that Wada graded a repro of it was like a Dracula X Rondo of Blood for like Neo Geo CD or some shit like that. It's like a $3,000 game, and they rated a $75 repro as an original. I'm trying to sell it for $3,000 right now.
Yeah, but you can't blame that guy for trying to sell it because they gave him an opportunity. Here's $3,000. You can go and make it because I've authenticated it.
Nothing on it anywhere says it's a repro at all. Just says complete in box.
There's a saying in the card industry: if you collect cards, you only buy graded cards because you know you're not getting a fake.
Yeah. Well, it's not the same for fucking video games. In fact, I heard that they're going to be reprinting the first run of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. What the fuck? Yeah.
Well, they've just done that with Magic, and it's really pissed off the Magic community.
They're reprinting like everything in the Magic community. Like they're doing like all sorts of runs, but I think they are distinguishing them from the original print. They're calling them like collectors. These or something.
You got these CEOs in their fucking corner offices, smoking a cigar, fucking with a snidely whiplash fucking mustache, and they're looking on eBay. Wait a minute, I sold this thing for 79 cents 20 years ago, and now it's going for how much? Fuck, reprint.
Do we still own the license for it?
But that's every company ever that's ever, you know, flogged IP into death, you know.
And it's only going to get worse. Figsy called Crystar as the next reprint. I'm saying LRG. They're going to start reprinting the Shantae games. We're going to see those again soon. And they're not going to announce it on their website. They're just going to quietly release them in the Best Buys. And you'd be like, holy shit, here's a $500 game. I'm rich. And then you go home and sell on eBay, and all of a sudden eBay's flooded. And it's just, and the price is going to go, and it's just a fuck you to collectors. Yeah. Oh, we're the hero of the gaming communities. No, you're not. You're fucking lining your pockets. More power to you for it, but you're doing it in a fucking shady way. And you're saying fuck you to collectors. I don't like it. But yeah, that's my hot take on the subject.
It's more than 2 cents. It's more like your $100.
I will be posting my manifesto on my Facebook.
Well, that leads us to a question. Did any of you guys buy the Blue Reflection reprint?
No.
I tried to, but I didn't. I was like working, and I was sold out by the time I tried to buy it.
Don't worry, Joe. There's a third run coming.
Well, there'll be a third print run.
So there's the thing. So when Attack on Titan 2, their first reprint announced, like sold out in 10 seconds, I couldn't get a copy. I was absolutely furious. And then they were like, "Don't worry, we'll do an open pre-order." And now, like I said, you can just go on their site and buy it. It's just put it in your cart.
I think the reasoning behind that, and they said on their Twitter, they came out and said, if this game sells out in a couple of minutes, we'll make another print for it. So I think it's gauging demand that to their business practice is they don't want their customers to miss out. I'm sure that goes hand in hand with missing out on money. They don't want to print copies and have them sitting there that don't sell.
But at the same time, that's where I think the huge devaluation comes in, though. You can't have an infinite supply because then it will never be worth more than 60.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If they have it available on their site for 60, pretty much forever, that's going to destroy the value of those games.
But they don't care about
if
that.
they sold out.
No, they don't care about.
My original thought was, if you read, I posted in the group, I was like, well, it's still early in the life cycle. And PS4 collecting hasn't hit its stride, really. I mean, this stuff's generational. 10 years, 15 years from now, all the kids who are 16 when they're 25, 30, they're the ones that are going to want to buy PS4 games in 10, 15 years. And that's when the stuff's going to go mad in price, like PS1, PS2 did. So, I figured by then, shouldn't be a big deal. Should be out of print. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be. But if not, if they're going to print an infinite amount of copies, then it will actually permanently devalue it.
But it will still always be $60 unless they dump all their copies.
Now, all that being said, though, as someone who never fucking sells his games, like, I just can't say I'm personally affected, and I personally have taken advantage of being able to. I didn't own this game. I actually did have Berserk, but I had open copies and obviously old ones. So,
someone who doesn't sell his games unless he's offered 5 times the market value.
But I mean, I believe reprinting is a CD media era problem. Like, I don't think that you would have seen this in the cartridge days of them. They might have reprinted cartridges and stuff like that, but I think it's harder to do than it is for CDs, because CDs are such a wider medium that are accepted by so many different devices that the manufacturing process is a lot cheaper, and it's probably a lot cheaper for them to reprint these things instead of cartridges. So,
well, for that matter, Nintendo just doesn't know how to handle their back catalog. Otherwise,
no.
They're the most anti-consumer friendly company.
Yeah, they don't want to reprint things and stuff.
They let the Chinese do it for them, and we've all seen our fair share of bootleg.
If they release a Switch 2 and everything about it is identical, I guarantee you them fucking Joy-Cons from the Switch 1 won't work. Let me put it that way. They're gonna make you buy everything twice again.
But,
all the Pro controller. It won't work on the new one. You're gonna need the Pro 2.
Okay. But like DS era, isn't a bunch of the DSs backwards compatible to some extent?
Yes, the DS. So they are good with that. The games themselves. I'm talking about hardware. Okay. So when the DS came out, I believe you could put Game Boy Advance cartridges in it. And when the 3DS came out, you put DS cartridges in it. So they did do that up until the Switch. It doesn't go back anymore. But so I'm actually really fine with them if they come out with a new console that's totally different, as long as it takes the Switch cartridges and I can play my Switch games on it.
Yeah,
that's okay with me. But like, what I hate is like, if you ever bought the digital store, like, if you invested in that. Every generation they take that away from you and they make you buy it all over again, and it's like,
it's a big fuck you.
God, dude! Like,
especially if it's the same game too.
Yeah, and it's like I loved the Wii U shop where you could just go in and buy games, and the Switch Online
virtual console thing was amazing,
awesome, dude, so sick. And you just go in, cost $5-10, get all the retro games you want. They're there forever. They're yours. And now it's like, oh no, you got to pay a subscription fee to get a select few games that we choose for you.
That's running on an emulator and using ROMs that you probably downloaded from the internet. I mean, hey, what?
We're going 10 times. We're going backwards in time, folks. Like it's like stuff like that blows me away. Like, perfect example, we were talking about House of the Dead on the PS4. Like, how does this not work as well as the PS3? What the hell's going on here, guys? Are we going backwards?
Shit job too on some of those like 64 games that they've got on the online subscription thing. Some of them, like at the start, ran like absolute arse and was just full of fucking glitches, and they just didn't care. Like,
I modded a Wii U and put my N64 GameCube everything on it, and I'm good. So, and then and then I got these the Wavebird controllers or whatever. I got
they're mad.
Bad boys.
You fuck with 8-bit do?
So
Wavebird was amazing.
Oh hell yeah.
Joe, do you Oh, you do?
Oh yeah, I have tons of their shit, dude. Like I just picked up like their for my TurboGrafx 16 controllers. I just got a couple of these, like the Neo Geo ones for my minis. Yeah, I have tons of that stuff. I love third-party controllers. I like hardware too. That's a huge thing for me. I don't just collect games. I like stuff. I like controllers. I like accessories.
Yeah,
I like stuff.
I've got the 8-bit do SNES wireless controllers for the SNES, and it's just a game changer because once you've played anything past the PS3 and you've gotten used to having a wireless controller without a fucking cable in the way, trying to go back to play a SNES, you just like this fucking cable, like fucking, and you have to sit real close to your TV, and it's
Dude, I got a German Shepherd, and she does not trained to live in the house with wires. You know what I mean? She runs. She'll just freaking pull my PlayStation off the shelf 3,000 times a day if
just feed the cat to.
No,
guys, on this podcast, we like to do different segments, and one of those segments is with Will, and Will likes to show off his memes that he makes.
Yes, this is
that means it is time for meme time.
I'm excited.
Take it away, Will.
All right, guys. I got a couple. Some of these are original, some of these are stolen. This first one, a lot of them are Nintendo memes, oddly, this week. And here's one for you. We can make this jump, but just to look down. That's a fucking pile of dead Yoshis. That is it's such a heavily memed this thing right. I guess where he fucking bails on the fucking Yoshi and just lets him fall to his death.
Yep,
bitch. This one hit a little close to home because I named my son after Wolverine and named my daughter after a giant robot. Oh, what's wrong, Zelda? You didn't like school? They made fun of me. They said I was named after a video game. That's not true, is it, Dad? No, it's Daddy. What's Halo?
Master Chief.
Poor little bastard. Yeah, but yeah, I named my daughter Ava after Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's an anime. I highly recommend it. This one's just gross. I posted this one in like 3 different Facebook groups, and it got pulled. So thanks. I hate prolapsed Kirby. Also known as Goatsy Kirby. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, I remember Goatsy.
Disturbing.
But yeah, there you go.
This is not a family-friendly show, by the way.
This isn't a meme, but I made a new logo for the channel. I'm just gonna show it off real quick. It looks a little Spider-Man-ish, but I dig it. I'm Roboto Love. It's my name on all other platforms. So if you ever want to find me, there I am. But yeah, anyway, there's Figsy and Roboto Love. And
I still think it needs love hearts some way. Just
You're not wrong.
You should make the eyes love hearts or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, there's that. That's the board. No, that's not. Okay, this one. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, this makes sense. Me explaining to my girlfriend why I need a CECH01 CHP01 Japanese ceramic white and silver PS3.
I mean, that's a conversation I've had.
Yeah,
didn't need to have that conversation. Just bought them.
I'm sure you have. Will you ever have those moments where you know you bought something you shouldn't have bought of, and you know she's gonna be pissed when that shit shows up? So you kind of figure out how to you're like. So I got this great deal the other day,
and you can use it too.
I only paid like $8. I paid $100, and
she's watching, so I'm not going to say anything about that.
They were giving it away.
I
just found it. I didn't buy it.
I told my
Metroid. I don't know where this came from.
I told my other half that I got the Steam Deck for $800, and I paid like $1,200 for it. So
you probably
she doesn't listen
to that.
No, $800. It shuts me up, so I don't talk to her and annoy her.
So my girlfriend bought herself a freaking Steam Deck this Christmas, and now she's never allowed to criticize me again. And she's like. Then that's not true because I'm like,
but have you played much?
I'm getting a second PS5 and a PSVR 2 in like 3 months. So.
Have you played the Steam Deck much, Joe? Or?
Oh, she didn't let me touch that thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not at all. I was only allowed to help her install her Stardew mods, and then that was it. I'm never allowed to touch that thing again. See, she was an only child, so You guys can understand how that is. I don't know if you've ever been. Everything's hers, and if I want something, I have to get my own. That's just how it goes.
I got two more here. This is I thought this was funny. It made me laugh when I saw it. It's a Silent Hill meme, actually. So every Silent Hill fan sees fog.
That's so true.
Oh,
that's so good.
And this the last meme.
Wow.
The last meme's directed at you, Joe, because I still owe you for that in the wild jab you took at me. And,
that was a celebration.
Joe, for those of you guys who don't know, Joe recently joined us on Facebook, correct? This is your first.
I did make a Facebook to try to be social. Yeah.
Are you liking it? You enjoying it?
I actually really do enjoy it. I think the groups are really cool. I love looking at people's collections and checking out people's posts and talking to nerds about video games.
Here's one game here's one group you'll never know if it's cool. It's PlayStation 8. Joe's request was denied.
Oh no!
You didn't answer the questions, Joe.
I didn't.
No, you didn't. So one of my mods shut you out.
So it'll. You know what you should have done, Joe? You should have put through a request, and when it says, "Do you agree to the following rules?" You should have wrote, "I'm trying to sell these games. I've got The Last of Us on the PlayStation for my son.
Why can't I mod my PS? No, I'm just kidding.
What are these games worth?
I put for every answer. I figured I was in like Flynn, dude. I don't know.
Joe, you go ahead and come back to the PS3 group and resubmit. I'll make sure. I got standing orders to let you in on the second time around. But then someone's
I'm gonna put it in my application. Be like, Will said you would let me in. Stop being a jerk.
Will said I could put it in there, but Will said I could. Will said I could. Will said I could.
Or just put, I'm telling Mom.
I'm on the podcast. Let me in.
I'll ban you from the chat.
All right. So yeah. Anyway, that's this week's edition of Meme Time with Will. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. On this note, I gotta take a quick bathroom break, so I'll be right back. We do have Figsy Name That Game coming up, so I'll be back. We'll be back with that.
Stay tuned for that.
After these,
we know that's not going to go down very well.
Excuse me, guys.
Joe, someone was saying he loves your Marshalls in the background.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. What's that?
It's a $400 graphics card from 1995.
Oh, nice. So it's a $30 graphics card now.
No. Go look up Voodoo 3 on eBay.
Oh, it's one of those. Yeah, those are still expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just thought I'd show you.
That stuff's cool. No, that's I remember. I watched.
We're gonna play a game of random shit on Andy's desk.
Metal Jesus built a PC from friggin', the best PC you could get from 1998. Is that a freaking? What the heck? It's
a Windows mobile phone from 2001.
Oh God, it looked like a PDA. What do they call it?
Yeah, it's PDA. It's a PDA.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. What else is on my desk?
Oh my God!
It's a GTX 460.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, I know.
That's meant to fit inside a computer.
Oh, this is an old one. They've got bigger these days.
You got a question, Andy? Do you collect big box PC games?
No, they take up way too much room. Way too much room. I wish I did. I really, really wish I did. But they take up way too much room.
Now, Andy, I'd love you to discuss what's going on with the original Xbox at the moment and the communities behind that, because that's really interesting.
Oh, yeah. So I guess the thing I wanted to talk about is the Insignia project. I don't know if you guys were ever really Xbox original people back in the day when you were a kid. Mm-hmm. I wasn't. I never had an original Xbox as a kid. But as an adult, obviously, I've been playing the original Xbox and just enjoying all the games on it. But someone recently reverse engineered the original Xbox Live system for the original Xbox. So you can request a code for it to participate in it. And then you basically register your console and change some numbers in it so it connects to their servers in the background. And yeah, you can literally go on there and play original Xbox games. There's only a select couple of them now. So the original Battlefront 2 for the original Xbox, Midtown Madness, Counter-Strike, the original Counter-Strike.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So they're going through and just enabling as many games as they can each month. And yeah, it's just amazing that I was just sitting at this 20-year-old console playing it online, and I didn't think I'd ever get to experience, the first ever Xbox Live on a original console.
That's cool.
That's really cool. And like I'm huge into like preservation and future playing and stuff like that. So I think that's so cool. I love that people are doing that. Are there people trying to do some PS3 stuff too? Like I heard they were trying to bring Warhawk servers back online.
Yeah.
And some other ones too. So
there's community servers for Demon Souls and things like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So that's like when people are talking about like, well, these games won't work in the future, and then they'll need patches and they'll need this other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but I have like faith in the community. Like I really do feel like us gamers, we're the ones that are going to keep that stuff alive. We'll have our own websites that you can get the patch from. We'll have our own freaking servers you can connect to.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening with this revival project,
which
I think amazing.
The
only problem that
take
it
out of those companies' hands. Like, you guys don't want to do it. Don't fucking do it. We'll do it ourselves. And then when you realize there's money in it, you'll come along. Do you remember that's exactly what happened with World of Warcraft. Everybody was making their own vanilla servers.
Oh, the original.
Yeah. And like everybody was playing on those and they were losing all these subs. And for years, they're like, that's stupid. We're never going to go backwards. We're never going to re-release content. We're never going to do that. Never, never, never. And then finally they were like, I think we can make money. And they're like, do it. And so then they shut all those down, cease and desist, came out with WoW Vanilla. You know what I mean? So that's the type of stuff like Sony and these people, like, they need to be shown the interest or they won't invest.
Yeah.
But what pisses me off at the same time is they go, well, nobody wants to play these old games. And I'm like, yeah, that's because your PlayStation Plus service, you haven't added any games in like a year to it, dudes. Like, it's not, if they added the full PS1, PS2 library and put trophy support for all those games, the subscriptions would go up.
Insane. And trophy support.
Trophy support. Yes. Give everyone a reason to replay those games. Yeah. You go back and put trophies in all my PS1 games, I'm playing them again.
Yeah.
And so like, I just like, but so they don't, and they're like, well, nobody wants to play these games. And I'm like, no, you just don't. The people who want to aren't into paying a monthly subscription for a digital service. Like someone like me wants to play his freaking games.
Yeah, they already own them. That's the point.
Yeah. Like,
you've already spent the money on your fucking company. Because
I want them to come out with I'll pay $1,000, Sony, for a PS4 console that's fully backwards compatible. I will give you $1,000 if you make one that plays PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't even give a shit about 5. Just whatever. I just want this one console.
I mean, technically, if you owned a 3 that's backwards compatible, you can play 2. Yeah, you can play 1, 2, and 3, and then if you own a PS5 now, you can play. But yeah, to have a PS5, play all those.
Play 10 games until it stops working.
Well, I have the old fat PS3, and it's got like a 60 gig hard drive on it, and the thing runs like a jet engine, and it gets like 4,000 degrees, and exactly. So it's like, yes, I can do that, but my plan right now is to own 10 of those PS3s so I can just chuck them as they break, and that's not a great plan.
I have a PS2, a PS3, and a PS5, and that gives me access to everything. And in theory, I should be able to last 5 or 10 years before I actually have to replace those consoles.
Maybe if we're lucky, PS5 Pro, they'll just take the PS3 hardware and just shove it in there. That'd be fucking rad as shit,
dude. Yeah, please.
There's enough room in that fucking thing.
Yeah, make it bigger. I mean, as time progresses, they're gonna make. I mean, this thing's gonna get a slim version eventually. But a PS5, I'll take a big giant PS5 Pro with the PS3 hardware in it, because I mean that's what they did with the initial PS3s. Is they just shoved the the emotion engine chip that runs the PS2.
The whole PS2.
They just shoved it right in there. The 80 gig model, the E model, I believe is
emulator one. Yeah. And when it would do the emulation, it would like send the whole system through the roof, like heat wise. It would absolutely chug.
Well, they got a lot of consoles under their belt, and I'm sure they can figure it out.
I want one that has a freaking UMD slot. Yeah, baby. Let me play my PSP games.
Oh yeah, yeah. Flip that little thing open, and then you can put your PSP and your
Vita games
your
in
Vita
it.
games in
Imagine.
that would
Or
be the
even
shit.
just like
Oh my
make it so you
God.
could hook up a PST TV to it, whatever. I don't know.
Just Sony, call me. I got some ideas, man. Give me a holler.
Yeah, you know, and it doesn't have to be like a full-on blown retail release. They could, you know, they have like they did like the special limited edition PS4s. They could do a FOMO console that is in demand. Can you imagine if they were like, we're coming out with a special console?
Make my money.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah.
dude. I'd be selling kidneys for that thing. I don't give a crap. Like I just whatever it takes, I would have that. So
Yeah, I can live without 2 kidneys.
yeah, I only need one. I mean,
you'd be playing your new PlayStation on your
In the
dialysis
hospital.
machine. In your dialysis machine. This is so cool.
Can someone pull that game out? But don't touch it. Be very careful. No, you don't touch it. You touch it.
The PS5 Pro has a dialysis machine built in. Just for
that's
this,
part of it, actually.
Just for this occasion.
The USB connection.
USB dialysis machine.
Like a disc
Oh
stack
shit, my
of
dialysis
12
machine's
stacks.
overheating. I need to get my I need to get the what do they call that? The thermal paste on my dialysis machine.
The Arctic Silver.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna get this out of the way while we're here. Figsy, do you have the where is it? I don't see it. The Figsy name that game little thing, or did you take it out?
I don't think we had one, did we?
Yeah, you had one with your big open mouth and it was all silly looking. You remember it? Figsy
Oh,
name
that was the thumbnail. I can re-upload it at some point, but I haven't got it there now.
At any rate, this you guys can play at home as well. This is Figsy Name That Game PSP edition. I actually I put out some feelers out there on different Facebook groups, and I was asking for games that were hard to pronounce, and everybody came back with the same old ones. Suikoden was on there, of course, and this so I just started. I found a full list of the PSP games, and I just started scrolling through. So I found I got 3 here. I think that might stump you. So, Figsy, name that game. He's sounding
Popolo, Chris.
Close. Popolo Croy.
It looks pretty cool too.
I have no fucking idea what it is.
LaCroix.
Popolo Croy.
I buy games based on artwork if I don't know what they're about. If they got cool artwork, I kind of want it for my collection.
I haven't played that, but I have heard that's a good game.
Popolo Croy?
Yeah, I've heard that's a really good game.
All right, Figsy, name that game.
Adis, Eclipse, Generations of Chaos.
Anus.
You're pretty good. I was hoping you would say Chouse because that would have been fucking hilarious, but no, you said Chaos. Yeah, Adis Eclipse. Generation of Chouse.
Oh, now next guest has got Chaos in his name. Surely I'm not going to stuff that one up. Be like, please welcome Chaos to the podcast, guy.
Where kids are always say the armies of Chouse are marching upon us. But all right, here's the last one I got. Figsy.
It's a Harvest Moon game, apparently, that first one.
Figsy, name that game.
That's a sweet game right there.
Hexy's Force?
Holy shit, 2 out of 3 tonight. Good job, man.
Did I get that? Nice.
Yeah, Hexy's Force.
That's an
Atlas,
expensive game.
An Atlas title. I've never I don't know enough about PSP to be honest with you.
Metal Jesus made a video about that game, so
so
that's how much it costs.
The man, King Midas with the golden touch, he calls it a jewel.
He could just be like, I own this, and that's all it takes. He could seriously make a video and be like, I don't like this game, it sucks, and it would go up in value just because people are like, well, I'm gonna buy it. It's like crazy.
Metal Jesus is talking about, you better jump on it now. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it was I was what was that game? Samurai
Western.
It's a PS2 game, Samurai Western, yeah.
I want that game so bad, dude. And
I had that game. It's a beautiful game. Really,
I want it really badly. That's like one of the few like PS2 games on the list that I am going to at some point pick up because I want that game.
It's fun. It's fucking very sharp. It's very freaking. Basically, it's a samurai who freaking went out to the old west for whatever reason, and he's just
Alice,
fucking
right? It's Alice game.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, and he's fucking up gunfighters and shit. But but if you if you watch, go to price charting, and you can see, you know, the price over the ages and whatnot. You click chart, and you go back and you reference the day he dropped the PS2 Jules video. You can see, you can match it up by the date. I've done it before. You freaking right after his video,
like an erection, just straight up.
Just skyrocket.
Not his fault. I don't, you know, the guy wants to talk about games. What the hell do you want?
Oh yeah,
you got to talk about games.
What do you know? He's going to be like, well, I have this game I really want to show you, but I can't tell you what it is because I don't want it to go up in price. So
yeah,
that's like,
we don't want a price erection to happen.
It's not his fault, but you know, he does have to realize that he does have some. He's an influencer, and he fucking influences prices, and and people have claimed that he does it to pad the value of his own collection. Is that true?
Did the price of RVs go up at all? Or?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think
I have, but I don't think that's
yeah.
people living
I can't pin that one on him. No, I mean, I never get the impression that guy's tried to like pad the value of his collection to sell his stuff. Like,
no, he's just a person that does content on games, so of course he's going to talk about games and show people games, interesting games that people don't see in, you know, the stores that often.
I just watched his latest videos about his PS1 collection. Dude's got like half greatest hits. Does he seem like someone who's in it for the value? You know what I mean? Like if you're buying
exactly.
Hit, you know what I mean? Like he's not.
He just loves games.
Look at his N64 collection. It's all custom boxes. You know,
he's just got the most eyes on him, so he gets the most criticism. That's just more people are watching him. So
he's a high profile figure, and you know, if you're at that level in any hobby or any, you know, any community, any scene, you're gonna have lovers and haters, you know. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah.
Except for this podcast, we get nothing but lovers.
That's it.
I can't wait till someone hates us. There's gonna be someday. I can't wait. There'll be some Reddit thread.
Is there like a
miscreants making Crystar expensive?
I think on iTunes, there's a rating system, so you'd have to wait until you get your first bad review, Figsy, on the iTunes podcast thing. Like someone will leave a thing on there. These people swear too much. Like, you know.
I'll be like, they talk about memes, but I can't see them because they're listening.
Dude, oh man, that's gotta suck for the
okay. AJ just brought up a good point. It just says his Patreon rewards involves a list of games featured in his hidden gems videos prior to release, and I've read this. In the description, it says the games spoke about in these videos tend to become expensive, so you can get an opportunity to buy them before everyone else does.
The fuck?
Yes. I mean, the man's trying to think of ways to get people to get him on his Patreon. So I'm a capitalist. So I never get upset when someone's trying to make money because what the freaking hell, man? That's what most people are trying to do. But I don't know if I like that practice in particular. It's like, dude, like
he's leaning into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Then at that point, you are leaning into it.
I think he's then accepting that it's going to happen and just agreeing,
trying to profit off it. But at the same time, it's to be fair, he should just make the videos and, like, you know, what he should do is let his Patreon get a 24-hour preview of the video. You know what I mean? And he can just say it that way. Doesn't you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not like, are you a reseller who would like to make a quick $1? Join my Patreon and I'll help you flip games. Like, you know, I don't, you know.
I noticed it in my videos where I talk about rare and collectible games that those videos get a lot more hate than every other video I've got on my channel because it can be a controversial topic for some people.
And the games never increase in value.
Figsy is.
They get reprinted. I've spoken about all the reprints.
Figsy's left his dirty little poop stain on a couple games, and I'm pretty sure you have affected the value of some games, Figsy.
I reckon in some games, What games do you reckon you have done that to, Figsy?
Yeah, Figsy.
I'm sure there's PS4 games out there like that you guys have probably all bought after I've talked about it in a video.
Yep, sure done that.
I was yelling at the fucking screen one day because I could have swore you were fucking I don't know, you had a fucking camera in my home and you're watching my purchases because every fucking purchase, every pickup, I got that game last week. Fuck this guy. I got that game last week. Fuck this guy, because you kept buying all the shit I was buying, and you know,
I've never once tried to copy your pickups, Will. So
I don't believe it.
there's only one person in the world that I've ever tried to like match, and that was Kevin when we were both collecting our full PS3 sets, and he'll be on the podcast soon, so we'll talk about that.
First and last name, please. And Kevin Walters.
Kevin Walters. We it wasn't a competitive thing, but we were like started and finished our PS3 sets around the same time. So it was like, oh, he got that game, I need to get that game now, and vice versa.
It's
you know who? Sorry. Do you know who like I've been loving, like for like ideas of collecting, is that Niccolo Rossi guy. That guy's got
Nicolo's awesome,
dude. His PS4 stuff is pretty legit. Like he's like, yeah, well, he, you know what I like, he's into obscure weird stuff, and I'm really into that. So he's like, check out this Asian English game that only got 10 copies. That's I'm like, yes, this is exactly the type of stuff I like. So he's got some pretty cool stuff. And well, when you talk about like your pickups matching Figsies, this guy is like doing that. He's like, look at my pickups. I'm like, oh my god, I got like 80% of these this month too. I was like, wow, that's so funny.
I don't know, Nicole, if you're listening, fuck Arab race cars, whatever.
All right, I don't approve of that one.
Figsy, tell the story you told me.
I got a message on Instagram. I tried to buy it through someone in UAE, and he wanted like $250. I'm like,
my copy hasn't arrived.
And then I don't know if I should be saying this, but I don't really care. And then he's come back and he's told me that he's got 250 copies. So like, there's one guy sitting on 250 copies and he's trying to sell them at $200 a pop. You know?
Probably, and it's probably one of the stores over there. Like, yeah. So
he reckons there's only 1,000 copies and he's got a fifth of them.
It's a possibility.
So if you're listening to this, don't pay more than retail, and eventually he'll get sick of it and be like, I need to put this game out at $60 because I need money, or slowly lower the price. You know?
So doing the math, 250 copies at $200 USD is $50,000.
Wow.
And he said he spent $1,000 on the batch.
No, he told me he paid more than retail for them. I don't know whether to believe.
And the game only cost $35 to make, so profits out the ass right there.
Less than that, probably.
$45,000 profit.
I respect the horrible artwork of that game. I almost like admire it. It's like so bad it's good type situation.
It kind of makes me want to. It kind of makes me want to like do a business venture where I just make a really shitty game and then like make a really weird cover that's so weird that people are like, "What the fuck is that?"
And then just print 1,000 of them and.
Yeah. We should do that. We should put our four faces on it and be like, PlayStation Collectors Podcast video game.
Yeah. And then,
just Poop Slinger with our heads photoshopped on it.
Yeah. And then,
and then just upload an 8-bit game and be like, it's the newest thing that Limited Run missed out on.
This Figsy, here's your next video idea. Morency76 says top 10 reprinted games video coming soon.
I can do that, honestly.
That's not a bad idea. It's
number one. We've got Painkiller.
Even if it's like a hey, be aware these reprints exist video, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Oh yeah,
that's a good idea.
So
not a bad one.
As long as you got concrete evidence that they're a reprint, you can actually show what the reprint looks like. But
well, some of those games are very hard to distinguish. Like I had a copy of Toro on PS4, and it was a $300 game, and I remember when the reprint came out, they were selling it for like $150. I'm like, oh, buy instant. Yeah. And then realized it was a reprint. But I could actually distinguish the font between the two. It was very hard to tell, but you could tell if you had both copies. Fast forward, I'm trying to sell my copy. I think I got $50 for it, you know.
Yeah.
And that should anger you, Figsy. That's why you should march with me on fucking this VGP bullshit.
See, I'm not the type of person to get angry. I'm the type of person to learn from it. So it said to me, I'm not going to overpay for a game again.
He gets even.
Yeah, Figsy the robot. You should be Robot Olove. Fucking goddamn emotionless bastard.
All I do is
Well,
calculate.
Old
and
Figsy would
regroup.
have bought that Arab game for $200, where now I'm gonna wait until it's $60 because that's all.
You have to wonder if anyone did get that for. I mean, people in the UAE probably got it pretty cheap and who wanted it, but I don't think many people in the Western world were able to buy that cheaply before it blew up.
Well, it's
I
think
It was $200 when I heard it existed.
Yeah,
It
was
could have been made only to resell. Like that could have been the intentions of it.
yeah.
Nicolo, he's the one. He's the one who made me aware. He's the first. That's where I learned from the game. From because Nicolo was the first one who dropped it. No, actually, no, it was someone else.
I had a PM from PS Commander with a message that said, "Don't tell anyone about this."
But it was like $200 then, wasn't it?
Yeah, the price hasn't changed. And,
Yeah. Don't tell anyone about this game that's already expensive.
Well, he's going for a full set, so if you're going for a full set, you want to get the game first, you know.
And you don't want, and you don't want it to go up more than what it already is at, I guess. So
some jackass in the UAE or whoever fucking came up with that game is like, hey, watch this, and he fucking
it's a shit game.
Printed the game. Yeah, and it's like, hey, watch them go nuts, and the fucking.
There's no difference to the people that did bloody Poop Slinger. They've probably got 800 copies in their warehouse, and you know, every 6 months they're putting one on eBay, and no one knows about it. Like that could be happening right now, and they're going to put out every copy in the market and get $1,000+ for every.
But like I see it on eBay for like 25 grand at times, but surely it never sells for that.
No, but it does sell for 5, 6, 7, 4 grand. With Tamishi for 8 grand.
Dude, we gotta set up a GoFundMe and get in on this shit. Fucking have the entire community just chip in $5, and we'll get enough money. We'll grab some garbage game. Made.
Dude, we could come up with some like
game. We'll just buy someone's unfinished Android game project and just port it to the PS4, and away we go.
AJ was saying someone's selling a crate of 15 Arab drift cars for $1,500, and it's probably the person I spoke about with 200 copies.
I got an idea, Figsy. Australian drift cars, and it's just got an AU Falcon and a VT Commodore in it, and you just do a skid.
No, we're going to take it to the next level. It's got to be like Australian bogans, and you've just got 2 Australians on Centrelink, like smoking with goon bags
and yelling at people as you drive past someone.
I know what a bogan is. It's like it's an Australian redneck. Is it correct?
Kinda, yeah.
The redneck, but down under.
Or a chav.
I've been working on my Australian accent. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Crikey, mate. I like that.
Now that's called a stereotype.
You what, mate? You what?
Sounds like an American accent to me.
Yeah.
I just like crikey. You guys say
my
crikey?
mother's my sister.
Crikey.
I got 3 potatoes.
Hey, I'm not wrong. You can make fun of Southern accent.
Here,
we do that too.
No one cares about that.
I'm from
here's my
New
imitation.
England. We're jerks.
Here's my imitation of an Australian. Man, dick tastes good.
Oh,
I'm kidding, Andy. You know.
oh.
Should be more like mine. I love this dick, eh, mate?
I'm just agreeing with you.
I'm just being an asshole.
Yeah, that's my only. You what, mate? Just like that.
This is a knife. Well, this is a knife.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, really.
Is every what was the name of that actor?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell. Is every other street in Australia named after
Paul Hogan? Paul Hogan.
Paul Hogan. Oh, that's yeah.
You take a left on Paul Hogan Boulevard, and then you take a right on Paul Hogan Avenue.
No.
Funny you say that though. All our streets
Yahoo
really
Serious
named
Lane.
Yahoo Serious is my favorite. I love Yahoo Serious.
Yeah, I think so. Like we have a lot of streets named after birds. We have a lot of other cities names after our, like, you know, there'll be like a Perth Street or something like that because there's a place called Perth.
Well, America, their streets are all named like First Street, Second Street. We don't have that over here.
Yeah. And isn't it true in America, like every single city has a Martin Luther King Boulevard or something?
Yeah, it's a common street name. But no, the way they set up the cities, there's always the main street is a central road, and then Everything north of Main Street is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 street.
That's the grid reference, grid system, and it's a Mormon thing, isn't it?
I don't know if it's a Mormon thing, but everything south of it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Avenue. Well, at least that's the way it is out
You
here.
said woman thing.
No, because a friend who lived in Utah was saying that that's how all their streets are, and he was saying it was like a Mormon thing because the church is always in the center of the main Mormon church is like in the center of the grid. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, well, that's the way it's set up here and in Mesa. And
so confusing to us. Like, you know,
well, it just helps. I mean, the grid system here. Nice thing about this town is the town is built on a grid, so you know you don't have roads that go this way and that way. It's just straight line and everything's.
Yeah.
It's
We
really
like
easy
it.
to figure out.
It's simple. I remember when I was younger, I did a trip to Europe, and I was in Germany, and I'd go up to people and ask for directions, and they'd be like, "Oh, no problem. You take a left on Stufen, and then you take a right on Stufen, and then like the names of the streets for 37 syllables. The street signs were this long,
and they go like this.
Yeah. So I come back, and my friend's like, "You get directions?" I'm like, "Yeah." Well, I have no freaking idea what they said. No idea at all. Just completely lost. We had to get a taxi. I have no idea because it was just like I'm like, I like America. We like elm. Maple. It's one syllable, maybe two.
Yeah, maple, yeah.
You know.
Left on first, second on third. You take a right on left.
Howdy, y'all.
Well, actually, most of us are like, take a left at Walmart, then you're gonna take a right down at the McDonald's.
And then
McDonald's.
By the Family Dollar.
You
know that with the tattoo shop and the pawn shop? Yeah, right in there you wanna
what's the other one? Andy
taught yeah, it's $1. Andy taught me that they call McDonald's Macca's in Australia.
Yeah.
Well, Mickey D's, Macca's.
Yeah, Macca's. And like
even the point where the sign will actually say Macca's.
Yeah. So McDonald's have even like incorporated us being lazy into their whole shop now. They just call themselves Macca's instead of McDonald's.
We'll brand it. It works.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong, Australia.
No, we're not doing it right.
No.
We still don't have a McRib butt, which is weird.
They bring it over and then they delete it all the time.
Yeah, it's like one thing every couple of years we get a McRib.
It's the same thing here. It's a seasonal thing. I don't know what season it is, but you know, people. Oh, the McRib is back.
Then you buy it and you realize why it's taken away.
It's not. I like it. I mean, I've had it on a couple occasions, and it's not bad. But it's basically they take some sort of meat paste and they shape it into some ribs. They put some grill marks on it and throw some sauce on it and send it out the door. Yeah, it is what it is. We're off on a tangent here.
I think it's about time to really wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm
thinking
about the McRib and shit.
Yeah, talking about fast food, then it's fucking gone.
What are your favorite McDonald's games? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, hey, I have favorite Burger King games. The sneaky one. Yeah, I don't know that.
I remember I found that in a shop in a Goodwill, and I was like, "Holy shit, what is this?" Oh, of course, I go to my phone. I'm like, "This is shit. This is what this is."
And there's a guy that has like 500 copies of it.
500. I think he had like 10,000 at one point. It was like a whole shipping container he bought. I remember seeing that post because it was an expensive game before that.
Yeah.
Andy, it was really good having you guys back on the podcast. I think, Joe, this is your fifth appearance on the show. I'm sure you'll be back on again.
Woo! Yeah, dude.
On Friday, guys,
a whole special VR. Can't wait.
Friday, we will have Chaos for Hire on the show, so be sure to check out Chaos's episode. Chaos has been in chat almost every podcast, so it's really cool to get someone in chat on the show. It's awesome.
Looking forward to it. All right. Well, good night, Joe. Good night, Andy. Good night, Figsy.
See you, Will. See you, Joe.
Good night,
Bye,
Moon. Good night,
See you
Joe.
guys.
Good night,
everyone.